The city of Detroit, Michigan has played host to the 40th NCAA College Hockey Championships, and some great talent has been on display. Talent like North Dakota's Tony Herkus. Herkus, the all-time single-season scoring leader in college hockey, had 4 points against Harvard on Thursday night. Here, Herkus assists on the game's first goal to Brent Bobick. Later, Herkus line clicks again as Bob Joyce does a lot of the work. Joyce will shoot once, a save. Joyce will shoot again, another save. But here comes Tony Herkus to pick up the rebound. And the number 1 line for the Sioux clicks again. This time it's Herkus behind the net and another North Dakota goal. And speaking of goal, when they needed play in goal, Ed Belfour came up big time and again, like this save against the Crimson of Harvard. In the end, the Fighting Sioux celebrated a 5-2 win and a date in tonight's championship game. Friday night, the tradition-laden Minnesota Golden Gophers came into Joe Louis Arena, where they met the hometown favorite Spartans of Michigan State. Star right winger Mitch Messier got the Michigan State team on the board at 1:39 of the first, deflecting this drive from the blue line past Minnesota's John Blue. Then with the game tied at 3 apiece with just over 10 minutes to go, Michigan State got a fortunate bounce off the boards. Dave Arkelpane found himself alone in the slot, and before goalie John Blue could react, Michigan State had a 4-3 lead and was on its way to the title game for the second year in a row. Arkelpane felt so good that he gave the entire bench the high fives, and Coach Ron Mason was hurried onto the ice to congratulate his players. But everyone knew there would be no rest on the road to the second straight title game. Tonight, from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, it's the national title game of college hockey, Michigan State and North Dakota.
Time running down, less than 2 minutes to go. Shot by Smale, scores again! That's Smale, his 4th goal of the game, and that does it. Away. Out to the point, Ludwig shoots, save, Patrick, rebound, score! Bill Sykes puts North Dakota in the lead, 3-2. The Badgers of Wisconsin are the NCAA champions for 1983. A 6-2 winner over the Crimson of Harvard for the national title, and the Wisconsin fans are going crazy.
Here's Kane of Bowling Green, and trailing is Cavallini. And Kane off to Cavallini, moving in. Cavallini and Bowling Green has won the championship.
10 seconds left to go. I don't think Providence has enough time to get another shot. Joe Malakis? No, they don't. RPI is going to win the national championship.
Swede and Beck at the points.
Shot scores! Mike Donnelly! 2:51 to go, and Michigan State leads 6-5.
Well, it's fitting if Michigan State's going to score. It's their goal scorer who's done it all year long. Does it? He does it again from a faceoff. 2-1. Michigan State wins the national championship, defeating Harvard 6-5 at the Providence Civic Center. And Bedlam reigns.
And tonight, live from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, ESPN and the National Collegiate Athletic Association present the national championship game of college hockey. The Fighting Sioux of North Dakota, with a record of 39-8-4, battle the Spartans of Michigan State, 33-9-2. ESPN has it all live next. Welcome live to Joe Louis Arena, where the place is rocking and the only colors in town are green and white, as North Dakota takes on Michigan State for the national championship of collegiate hockey. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Mees, along with Lou Nanne, general manager of the NHL's Minnesota North Stars. And Lou, as a performer with the University of Minnesota years past, you know what it's like to play in a national championship game. A lot of pressure on everybody.
It certainly is, especially in the goaltenders. And when you're goaltenders like Balfour, in essence, you know the other team's got some snipers. You're going to have to be sharp. These goaltenders are going to have to be on top of their game. The one that puts on the best performance will be the winner, because each of them are going to be facing quite a few quality shots.
There you see Ed Belfour. He's listed as a freshman. Bob Essence is listed as a senior, but Belfour is not your typical freshman.
No, he's not. He's 22 years old. He's more experienced than a normal freshman. He's been through a lot of good hockey, and he's experienced enough to come in and win a game like this. Besides, all year long, he was on the #1 rated team, and he's been facing pressure.
Now, let's face it. Michigan State is in East Lansing. We're in Detroit. So you add those things up, and you know that the Spartans are going to have a tremendous home ice advantage tonight. But you pointed out to me that North Dakota shouldn't be fazed by this, because they were good enough to beat a great Minnesota team 5 or 6 times this year.
North Dakota's faced pressure all year. People have been taking shots at them. They knew they were in a #1 rated club. They keep coming back. They're poised. They're confident. They've got ability from the goal on out. They've got goal-scoring, big, mobile defense, and they're going to be a very tough opponent for State to handle.
Well, what's going to happen tonight? Will the #1 team in the country, the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota, win a national championship, their 5th overall, or will Michigan State repeat as national champions? Remember, they won it a year ago in Providence. We'll see it tonight on ESPN. Tonight's national championship game is brought to you by Budweiser, the genuine article, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. We'll be back with the opening face-off from Joe Louis Arena and the starting lineup in a moment.
Bud Thunder. It's revved up and coming at you.
For everyone on the proverbial fast track, NEC introduces Multispeed, the world's fastest portable computer. Take the Multi and run.
You know, most of us dream about retiring someplace and taking it easy. But we put off planning for it till tomorrow. Then, one day you wake up, and it is tomorrow. Listen, start an individual retirement account, an IRA, today. Because when you start saving, we'll decide where in the world you can retire to.
Open your IRA today at a member of the First Nationwide Network.
If you're up against the old boy network, subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. You'll find that to achieve success, you don't have to be old. And you don't even have to be a boy.
Call 800-372-3000 for this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-372-3000 now for the Wall Street Journal.
Monday, college baseball's defending national champion live on ESPN. The Arizona Wildcats battle the Minnesota Golden Gophers right after a Final Four special Monday night on ESPN.
Now it's time to meet the starting lineups for Michigan State and North Dakota as they battle for the College Hockey National Championship. First of all, for the Spartans of Michigan State, in goal tonight will be senior Bob Essenza. He's from Toronto, Ontario. On defense, the team captain, Don McSween, played a great game on Friday night against Minnesota. Also on defense, number 6, Chris Longo, a sophomore from Fraser, Michigan. At right wing, number 12, Mitch Messier, the cousin of Mark Messier of the Edmonton Oilers and the leading scorer for Michigan State. At center, number 16, Bill Shabicki from Burnaby, British Columbia. He's a senior. And at left wing, number 26, Dave Arkelpane, who scored what proved to be the game-winning goal on Friday night against Minnesota. The coach of the Spartans of Michigan State in his 8th season, Ron Mason. He has the best winning percentage of any active coach in college hockey. Now for the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota, in goal, a freshman from Carmen, Manitoba, Ed Belfour. On defense, number 3, Murray Barron. He's a freshman from Kamloops, BC. Also on defense, number 4, Ian Kidd, the sophomore from Gresham, Oregon. At right wing will be Brent Bobick, who had a goal against Harvard on Thursday night. At center, the All-American Tony Herkis, who set a new record for scoring in a single season. And at left wing, number 20, Bob Joyce, a junior from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And the coach of the Fighting Sioux in his 9th season, John Gino Gasparini. There you have the starting lineup. We'll be back with the start of tonight's national championship game, live from Detroit in just a moment.
Even though hunting season is over, I can still enjoy the shooting sport. That's why I joined the National Rifle Association. And our whole family is signed up, too. For just $20, you get a great monthly magazine, valuable gun owners insurance, and access to NRA's hunting, shooting, and safety program.
But most important, we're helping to promote safe, responsible shooting all year long.
Believe me, the $20 it costs to join the NRA is worth it. Pull!
Join the NRA today.
call 1-800-642-4400. As a member, you'll receive 12 exciting issues of the American Hunter or American Rifleman magazines, $600 gun theft insurance, $10,000 accidental death and dismemberment insurance, your official membership card and window decal, plus NRA's exclusive camouflage thermos. Call today and receive NRA's Sportsman's Bonus Book, packed with discounts and rebates from leading manufacturers of hunting, shooting, and sporting equipment. Call now. Join the NRA. It's worth it.
Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. We just had the national anthem, and we also had a moment of silence, Lou, for the late John Mariucci, who passed away earlier this week due to cancer. No man had a bigger contribution to the success of college hockey in this country and the state of Minnesota than Mr. Mariucci.
You're right, Tom. That was really a fitting tribute. John Mariucci, back in the 30s, played for Minnesota, and then he went on. He played with Chicago Blackhawks. But when he came back after the war and played with Chicago, then he went to Minnesota, started coaching, and he thought the American player really needed an opportunity to play. He was a crusader. He saw the fruits of his labor come to light, and now in college hockey throughout the world, especially in the United States, a lot of that is due to the hard work of Mariucci, and it was real fitting that they had a tribute for him here tonight.
The officials, they have some pressure on them tonight at Joe Louis Arena, which is just about packed to the rafters. The referee, Pierre Belanger, the linesman, Steve Petrowski, and Rod Christensen. Both the dark-shirted Michigan State Spartans, the lower seed in this tournament, and the white-clad, top-seeded North Dakota Fighting Sioux are crowded around their all-important goaltenders for last-moment word. And there is the netminder for the Fighting Sioux, Ed Belfour. You got to look at him as the North Dakota players gave him a few affectionate taps on the pads. And in just a second, we'll take a look at number 33 for the Spartans of Michigan State, the senior out of Toronto, Ontario. I'm speaking of Bob Essenza. Essenza is on the left, and Belfour is on the right.
Well, his leading scorer, buddy, Mitch Messier, tapping his pads, getting him set for the game. Essenza has been strong all year. He's had an outstanding season. He's got a 2.68 goals against average. He won the national championship. He was in goal in the winning championship game last year for Michigan State. No stranger to this setting. Belfour on the right, and an experienced freshman, 22 years old, as we pointed out. He's got an unorthodox style. Watch Belfour. He seems to be standing straight up, then he leans over. His upper body seems to lean more than most goaltenders, but he stops the puck.
Ron Mason, coach of Michigan State, making a last-minute change, and Kip Miller and Kevin Miller's line, along with Mitch Messier, out to start the game. The dark green jerseys are for Michigan State. The white-clad jerseys again for North Dakota. A lot of green and white out there as the puck is shot in to the North Dakota zone. This is Kip Miller, number 9 with the puck for Michigan State. Miller still fighting for possession, but Ian Kidd knocks it out of the zone for North Dakota. Lou, all this green and white going to give the goaltenders headaches tonight.
It's going to give the forwards and defensemen headaches, too, because many times you just look quickly and you catch green pants. Both teams have green pants on. You could see some errant passes because of it.
Kip Miller behind the North Dakota zone. Miller with a centering pass, and it's knocked away by the defense of North Dakota. Here comes Bob Joyce on left wing for the Fighting Sioux. Joyce in the slot. Loose puck as Herkus and Bobick are cruising in front. The puck is finally covered up by Essenza of Michigan State.
Essenza really lost a little bit of control. He went down too quick there. He started fishing for the puck. It wasn't even there. He was out of the play somewhat. Watch this as Joyce is breaking for the net. Watch the puck. He's going to start reaching for it. He's flopping around a little. Now he can't reach it. Fortunately, the defenseman did a good job covering up. One thing you'll note, you saw the line change by Coach Mason. As we look at Gino, he's got to expect, Gasparini does, that Persik's going to be checked by Kip Miller all night. That's why that switch was made. And coming up the ice, that's where Kip Miller was.
Koborensky wins the faceoff. Back to Lemoyne at the point. Loose puck again in front. And with the puck is Scott Dube. Dube passes out, but intercepted by Mitch Messier from Michigan State. Here come the Spartans of Michigan State, and with it is McReynolds, but a whistle for an offside. No, a penalty.
We got a hooking penalty coming up, and we're going to get the opportunity to see North Dakota's power play right off the bat because Tilley coming up the ice was hooking Parks. Now Tilley's going to be going off for hooking, and North Dakota will try and get their top line back on. They were just out here. You look at Ron Mason. He's a little concerned. He doesn't want to give up a power play goal early, especially to a team like North Dakota because they play real well when they're ahead. But he's got faith in his penalty-killing unit, even though Bobby Reynolds is out tonight. He's been a key in the penalty killing unit. He's out something that concussion last night against Minnesota, so that's going to cause Mason to juggle his penalty killing unit somewhat.
So Tilley goes off 2 minutes for hooking at 1:05 for Michigan State, and North Dakota has the power play. Here come the Fighting Sioux. Breaking into the zone, Steve Johnson. Johnson behind the net, leaves it for Herkus. Herkus, who had a goal and 3 assists against Harvard, loses control, and the Spartans shoot it down the ice.
The Spartans very aggressive killing penalties. They'll go after you. Gerhoff, you saw him, he'll force the play. They try and make you make a mistake down in your own zone.
This is Ian Kidd for North Dakota, dumps it in, it's onside, but Herkus can't get his stick on it, and Luongo goes back for the Spartans. Gerhoff has it hit his skate, still in the zone. This is Herkus, he's ever dangerous. Herkus to Ian Kidd. Kidd on the right face-off circle. Lost a soft shot in on the goaltender Essensen, no problem there. Into the corner. Still with it. North Dakota's Fighting Sioux. Joyce. And he cannot contain it, and the Spartans knock it down the ice again with 1:04 left on the North Dakota power play. Herkus almost had it stolen behind his net.
That was quite a play that he made there, Tom. He just played it off the back of the net, and that shows a great deal of confidence. You won't see that often.
You're taking a chance when you do that. You got a good bounce that time.
You certainly are, but that means he's got a great deal of confidence in what he can do with that puck.
Tony Herkus has it now. 111 points in the regular season and the first round of playoffs coming in. He got 4 more points on Thursday night. He is muscled down to the ice as Luongo hits him, a legal check. And again, the Spartans dump it out. There's only been 1 weak shot on this North Dakota power play at the Michigan State goal.
Michigan State doing an excellent job killing this penalty. It's been real good for them because they were able to just nullify North Dakota's advantage thus far.
Koborensky back to number 8. Pumpetich with a blast. It's blocked, and here comes Michigan State. This is Kip Miller, number 9. Miller is tripped up. No penalty call that time, and the puck goes behind the North Dakota net. This is Ian Kidd. Played a fine game against Harvard Thursday night, but Michigan State sends it back in again in the person of Brad Hamilton. So the Spartans of Michigan State, who have the bulk of the support here in the crowd tonight, well, they survived the first power play. Here comes North Dakota's Koborensky. He cannot control it. Now Dube has it for the Sioux. Dube is ridden off the puck nicely by Tom Tilley. Hustle for the puck just to the right of the goaltender Essensen. Tilley has it for Michigan State. Oh, and being planted was Malcolm Parks in North Dakota. He took a tough check on the right corner boards. And a whistle and a stoppage in play.
Well, part of the glass came off after that check, Tom, so it's going to be a little while while they fix it. But Michigan State playing with a great deal of enthusiasm, really using their bodies. You see part of the glass. Watch this hit. There are 2 people going to hit Parks. Parks took it once for Michigan State, and then as he's getting a little help there from Dube, he gets knocked down and the glass comes off.
Well, while they survey the situation, there's no score in Detroit. Back with more in just a moment.
This Bud's for all that you do.
Say, landscaper, tomorrow college student.
Yep.
Finally took your advice, Mike.
You taught him.
Already you're smart.
All you knew. They say he's a lot like you. Yeah, you make America work, and this Bud's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
To a future architect. And to a brother who made it possible.
This Bud's for you.
Well, we played less than 4 minutes to go, and is the play physical? Yes, I guess so. Tom Tilley of Michigan State delivering a check on North Dakota's Malcolm Parks.
Well, Parks gets it, then Dube will come behind and give it to Tilley. So we got a double shot on that piece of glass, and it comes out, and they're going to be repairing it. One thing we've noticed, Tom, right off the outset, it actually might have been a good omen for North Dakota to have a power play because Michigan State came out with a lot of fire, a lot of intensity, and they were taking it to North Dakota. North Dakota, somewhat unnerved, gets the opportunity to go in the power play, even though they didn't score and really were thwarted. At least they got by the first few moments of being under the influence of this crowd. This crowd has been revved up since the opening, and they have really been letting Michigan State know that they're behind them.
There you go, and look at some of the past confrontations between the Spartans and the Fighting Sioux in championship play. Well, they're going to continue without replacing the pane of glass. They're going to wait till between periods so they don't hold up the game too long. You know, this is a National Hockey League arena as well, and they are required to have replacement slats for that plexiglass. But apparently they want to get on with it now since the top of the glass is broken and take their chances, and they'll repair between periods. Face off in the Michigan State zone. A quick shot is the save. And here comes Rendell for the Spartans of Michigan State. Back to center ice. For North Dakota, number 14 with a backhander back to center ice, and the whistle, Lee Davidson, and we'll have a face-off in the North Dakota zone.
The keys tonight on both these teams, Kip Miller, we have to see what type of job. He's number 9 for Michigan State. What type of job is he going to do on Herkus? And also at the same time, because Herkus is being checked, let's look to Steve Johnson, number 7, Davidson 14, and Crumpetich 8. That forward line, you see Davidson going towards the bench now. They are the ones that are going to have to pick up the slack if Herkus is nullified. Herkus and Joyce will be shadowed all night long, and Bobick, you can see that Mason had that in mind right off the opening faceoff.
Herkus, Bobick, and Joyce line on there now for North Dakota. Behind the net for the Fighting Sioux, defenseman Tom Benson gets it up to Bob Joyce. Joyce, who had a marker against Harvard, lines one in from center ice, but Essence saw it all the way. In fact, the play was offside, and the faceoff will come back to center ice. And there's the hero of last night, Dave Arkelpain of Michigan State.
He certainly is. He got a errant puck off the backboards. It looked like it was harmless going around the boards. Hit where the Zamboni comes out, came all the way out in front of the net, right to him standing alone. No one knew where the puck was, and he scored the winning goal with it.
This is Herkus, bumped off the puck by McSween of Michigan State. Benson bumps it right back into the zone for North Dakota. Being bodied off the puck now for North Dakota's Fighting Sioux was Lemoyne. And here comes Michigan State, knocking it back to center ice, and that's Bobick now for North Dakota. This is Benson whirling around, getting by the defensive efforts of Mike O'Toole. Cross ice, and the shot is taken by Bobick, and the save by Essenzer. Behind the net, Michigan State with a puck now. Here comes the captain, McSween. But Murray Barron is on for North Dakota. We might mention that number 4 for Michigan State, Steve Beadle, has been called up to play tonight. He replaces Bobby Reynolds, who suffered a mild concussion in last night's game. Essenzer spreads out to make the save, and off the puck off the North Dakota stick. And here comes Michigan State, 2-on-2. This is McSween. McSween left a back pass for McReynolds, but McReynolds wasn't expecting it and overskated. A lot of body action. Oh, what a check delivered there by Murray Barron of North Dakota. He just buried Mitch Messier in the right corner boards. And another check against Messier. That one by Tony Herkus, who's not known for his body work, Lou.
A lot of bodies being taken by both teams here, and you can expect to see that all night long with the kind of intensity we see down there.
Brad Hamilton had the puck momentarily for Michigan State. Now McReynolds has to go back and get it. He's shadowed by Doob. Now it's Hamilton again. Shibicki for Michigan State to center ice. This is McReynolds. Brian McReynolds with a shot, but it's blocked by the defense. Messier can't get a stick on it, and Doob knocks him for a loop again. Mitch Messier is going to want to take out insurance. He's being belted from pillar to post, and Doob with a quick shot from the blue line for North Dakota. Malcolm Parks behind the net. A lot of hitting, but it's all clean so far in the championship game of college hockey for the NCAA. Loose puck at center ice, 13:51 to go first period. There is no score. Another bad bounce off the boards, and the shot being taken by Rendell of Michigan State was wide. Another bad bounce.
Well, these boards are very lively, and that's what happens when you shoot the puck hard at them. That puck caroms off it very quickly. You never know where it's coming off. If you're alert in front of the net, that puck might come right to you. We've seen it happen for 3 days here. And Essence right there, he's going to have to be aware, as is Balfour. Essence are more familiar with this rink. Balfour's only had the one other game, and they have to know that that puck, if it misses the net, could be coming right back in the slot area, and someone could be there to shoot it, so they're going to have to react quickly.
Kip Miller's line takes a seat. Danton Cole's line comes on. And remember, Michigan State will not have the right of the last line change. They are essentially a home team, but they're the lower seed. North Dakota will have the last line change if they want it. Arkelpain knocks the puck loose. He is taken down behind the North Dakota net. No penalty called, and the Michigan State fans will get upset at that.
Arkelpain was actually holding the defenseman's stick. He just pulled it free.
North Dakota almost got a break there. Bowen right in front to save, and smothering the puck is Essence. Jeff Bowen, the senior from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, had a great chance.
Well, he fed that puck out after to Nakanichny in. And Nakanichny really had a good opportunity right in front. There's Bowen centering the puck. Watch this. He's going to go around the net right here. Puck gets centered out, and point-blank shot Essence with a good save. That's the best save Essence has made. He had been going down up until this point. he's going to hold his ground, and that's something he's going to have to do is stand up. Earlier, Tom, we saw him flopping around a little bit, and if he does that, he's going to have some problems. But there he stood up and made the save.
Knock-a-neck-knee with a nice pass. Son, we'll get your name straight sooner or later. Knock-a-neck-knee with a drive from the top of the face-off circle. First name Perry, thank you. In essence, it was a save.
We got Perenica on the right side. Quite a line.
Perenica, Bowen, and Knock-a-neck-knee. As Ron Mason looks on.
And Knock-a-neck-knee's really had a good season for him.
Really has. There's the name. It covers the entire jersey. N-A-K-O-N-E-C-H-N-Y. How'd you like to sign his check? You know, if you are his employer someday.
It costs you more money putting the name on the jersey.
Clement with the puck now for Michigan State off the face-off, rushes up the right wing boards. O'Toole has it, but he's bumped off by Lemoyne of North Dakota. Nice check there by Tilley against Knock-a-neck-knee. And Knock-a-neck-knee returns the favor on Clement. He got the wrong truck that time. Into the corner, they're both fighting for it. Perenica has it, he's bodied off nicely. Tilley's hitting everything that moves out there for Michigan State. And a whistle and the penalty call. 12:51 to go, first period. There is no score from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit.
I am Caledonian. I am British Caledonian Airways. I am the first-class way to London. I am a limousine that personally takes you to and from the airport at both ends of your travel to London, free. And in the sky, I am the airline with the finest in vintage wines and European cuisine. I am the first-class way to London. I am Caledonian. I am British Caledonian Airways. We never forget you have a choice.
Grant Perenica is going to be off for holding, and now we're going to see Michigan State's power play for the first time this night. Watch Messier set up in front. He scored the first one last night against Minnesota. He has now 23 power play goals for this Spartan Hockey Club.
Perenica for holding at 7:09. There is no score in the national championship hockey game from Detroit. Tom Mees with Lou Nanny. Hope you're enjoying this great action. North Dakota clears the puck down the ice. Fighting Sioux's Bob Joyce doing the job.
And you'll see Perkis and Joyce killing penalties. Very dangerous out there. They like to go in the offense when they're shorthanded.
Michigan State comes into the zone. Hamilton passes to the left wing boards. Arkelpane behind the net. This is Messier. Mitch Messier with it. Back to the point to Hamilton. Hamilton with just a lazy shot looking for the deflection in front. Messier was there but couldn't get a stick on it.
It just seemed to hit his skate. He just couldn't quite get control. Otherwise, he was right in front of Balfour.
You don't have to take the bullet shot from the point to be effective. Messier's onside, but he's 1-on-2, so he'll dump it back behind the net. He's checked by Benson. Ian Kidd really lays into Shibicki of Michigan State. Tries to clear the zone. Shibicki's stick is being held by Kidd. And here comes North Dakota. This is Herkus. Herkus and Joyce, 2-on-2, shorthanded, with 49 seconds left in the Michigan State power play. Herkus gets away from his man. Boy, he got some moves. Herkus and Hamilton go in the corner for it.
The good hockey players, they're what you call puck lucky. They always seem to have the puck, and it always seems to come to them when they don't have it.
Michigan State, McReynolds into the zone. 29 seconds left in the power play. McReynolds hits the post on his way by. Shibicki back to Hamilton. Hamilton at the point. Shibicki. He's got Kevin Miller open on the right point. He sends it back to Hamilton. Hamilton lifts a lazy shot in to Messier. It was actually way wide of the net. And with 10 seconds left, that should do it as North Dakota clears the zone.
Good aggressive penalty killing by North Dakota. Michigan State not able to move that puck around and get it in front of Messier like they like to do on the power play.
Power play is now over as Perenica comes out of the box, but Michigan State's Kip Miller carries in. Miller now bodied off the puck by Murray Barrett. This is Rendell with a centering pass, and McSween could not get the shot away for Michigan State. Spartans regroup at center ice. This is Kip Miller. Brother of Kelly Miller, plays for the Washington Capitals. Here is Koborensky. The shot is high and very wide of the goal. Essens have put the glove up, but that puck was way wide of the net. North Dakota keeps it in. Nice play by Lemoyne behind the net. Koborensky tried to center. Couldn't do so. Very warm building tonight. Near capacity crowd at Joe Louis Arena. Whistle for a face-off with 10-12 left in the first period. And Kip Miller, leading freshman scorer.
He's also rated in the top 40 of the eligible drafts this year. Kip Miller, one of the Miller Plain family. They've had 6 now play at the University of Michigan State University. Kip and his brother Kevin on this team this year. They had Kelly before them. quite a contribution. There's Gino Gasparini, a concerned Gino Gasparini, knowing they're in an intense hockey game, but very confident in the abilities of this team.
Well, we have a moment. I'd like to congratulate two very good basketball teams, University of Indiana and Syracuse University, for moving to the basketball national championship game. That should be a great game on Monday night.
It certainly will.
All right, the face-off in the Michigan State zone. Tilley lofting it out of the zone. The center ice gets by the stick of Perrott, but North Dakota comes back with it. Shooting it into the zone is Lee Davidson. Behind the net, it's loose. And this is Trumpetich with it for North Dakota. He's looking for somebody in the slot. Almost got it to Johnson, but was intercepted nicely by Tilley. And here comes O'Toole. O'Toole to Arkelpane, but he is checked very well into the boards. This is O'Toole behind the net. Arkelpane still fights for it. Here come the Sioux. Davidson looking for Johnson. He's got him. Johnson, number 7 in the white uniform. Johnson tries to return the pass, ends up with a puck himself in the corner. Johnson being bothered in front, still centers the puck as Sean Clement was all over him. Michigan State now just dumps the puck in to get a line change. No score. We play 10 minutes, 45 seconds of the first period.
The pace has been superb. Back and forth, each team with a great deal of speed on their side, and they're using it.
Loose stick. Somebody from Michigan State without a stick. That's Shabicki. He gets it. The shot, meanwhile, taken from the point by Tom Benson of North Dakota. Another shot and a glove save as Herkus took the shot from the left point. Essenson will not take any chances, even though that was going wide.
No, Essenson made sure he got a hold of it, and he held on. He wants to have his club get the line out that they like against Herkus. You see the shot from the blue line, going to miss the net, but he'd already made his move, and he felt I might as well grab it and hold on to it. It could hit the boards. It could come out for more than that. Herkus' line is out there, and they want to have Kip Miller's line as often as they can tonight against him. Although Miller's line got caught on a line change right after that penalty one time. They'll see if they're able to get back out here quick enough.
Kip Miller and Herkus this time. A quick shot as Herkus won the faceoff. Bob Joyce. His shot is wide, and this is McSween going back for Michigan State. He lost it into the crowd. So another face-off in the Michigan State zone with 8:50 to go in the first period.
You can expect to see a lot of Kip Miller because you're going to see a lot of this man right there, Herkus. And every time he's on the ice, look for Kip Miller to be on the ice. That's a fellow designated tonight to watch him. Mason knows to stop North Dakota, you stop Herkus.
Herkus and Miller again facing off, this time in the left face-off circle. Draws it back to Tom Benson and hits somebody in the defense. Never gets through the goaltender, and here goes the captain of Michigan State, McSween. Don McSween at center ice. He'll lug it all the way into the North Dakota zone, but the play is offside. I believe the left winger Bruce Rendell was offside on that play.
McSween coming up ice makes just a little move. That's the captain, Don McSween, who's 3-year CCHA All-Star. Been the captain for 3 years. He comes up to the blue line. He likes to carry the puck. If he sees an opening, he'll go. But he made a move in front of the blue line. He's got to get the line before he makes the move. Rendell wasn't holding up. He was going with the play and was offside.
Herkus and Kip Miller again. Boy, they're going to be good friends out there. Face-off just outside the North Dakota zone at center ice. And Luongo sends it in deep for Michigan State. The goaltender, Ed Belfour, goes back to play it and start the rush up the ice for the Fighting Sioux. Bob Joyce. And this is number 25, and that was Bobick with a shot that was just wide of the post. That one was a threatening-looking shot as he broke into the zone. Herkus with a back pass for Joyce. He's onside, but he's 1-on-3. Bobick was trailing a play, couldn't get his stick on the puck. Joyce breaks in. Now behind the net, Bobby Joyce with a wraparound. Sends it right in front. But Essenson did a good job protecting the post. And Kip Miller will relieve the pressure to center ice.
Well, North Dakota's top line starting to be productive. They're getting opportunities, and if they continue to get some, they're going to put something on the scoreboard. They've done it all season long, and they have the wherewithal to do it here tonight.
Once again, congratulations to Bobby Knight's Indiana Hoosiers. They beat UNLV 97-93, I believe was the final, as they hung on in a real seesaw entertaining basketball game. Indiana meets Syracuse Monday night for the NCAA basketball championship. Here goes Michigan State. McReynolds, he's 1-on-2. Shabicki can't catch up to it. Back to center ice, Messier. Dube breaks in. Dube is taken down. No penalty. Yes, we do have a penalty call. Breaking into the zone and splitting the defense was Scott Dube, and he was taken down, and Michigan State will be shorthanded.
Well, that pass coming between the defensemen, and that's all Dube needed. He was shooting the gap, and Brad Hamilton had to pull him down. Otherwise, Dube was home free, and you're going to see Hamilton going off. Watch, he's going to get pulled down here. and he was home free. Had Hamilton not done that, Dube was coming with a head of steam. The puck was free. He'd have been right in on goaltender Essenza.
And Koborensky was right there, too, to his left.
Following up the play.
That's what you call a good penalty, right, Lou?
That certainly is. You might as well get your penalty killers out there and try and shut them down. They've already done it once tonight. This is the second power play opportunity for North Dakota.
So Brad Hamilton in the box, 2 minutes for tripping at 12:45, and the second power play tonight for North Dakota. Herkus is on there, naturally, to take the face-off. Michigan State comes up with it. Clemento can't clear the zone. This is Krumpetich to Ian Kidd. Kidd is played by Danton Cole. He tries to loft one around the net, but I believe that went over the glass, and the face-off will come out of the zone.
North Dakota is going to try and move that puck back to the blue line to Ian Kidd. Kidd looks, as we look at Krumpetich, he's real good on the power play. They use him on the point. This is a forward that they use back there, but they'll move that puck back to Kidd. He'll move it to Krumpetich, and Krumpetich will either shoot it or take a look and try and find Herkus, and he'll be setting up usually around the dot area where he can be in a position to pass or shoot.
Face-off just outside the Michigan State zone with still 1:51 left in the penalty. Now Michigan State wants to make a change, and the referee is saying, no, Mr. Luongo, you have to go back and take a seat. And so does McSween. So they want to make a defensive change. And this is where being the underdog or the lower seed comes back to hurt you sometimes.
Well, Ronnie Mason was just using it to get a rest, too, for his fellas. Even if you're going to get the line sent back out on the ice, you're going to give the forwards a little time to catch their breath.
Meanwhile, Sean Clement gives Michigan State's penalty-killing unit a little time to get together as he ices the puck successfully. Minute 34 to go. Krumpetich brings it up for North Dakota. Kidd has bumped off the puck, but Joyce is there trailing the play. However, Kidd was trapped in the zone, and the play is offside. Face-off back out at center ice.
Well, Bob Joyce has scored 50 goals coming into this tournament as a left winger. He's the key gunner in this hockey club, and he's got an excellent wrist shot. He's going off the power play right now, and that's a good, significant move for Michigan State, being able to stop that man. Look to him to get some shots on net. He seems to do it every night.
Bob Joyce, a very, very talented winger for the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota. Krumpetich behind the net. The Sioux still have plenty of time on this power play. 1:15 left. Johnson, he's onside of the blue line, gets a nice pass, but he's bumped up immediately by McSween. Now Koborensky. Back to Johnson. McSween ties him up again. Puck comes loose. This is Gare Hoff, and Hoff will ice the puck for Michigan State.
And Michigan State very aggressive in their own zone. They're eliminating the people along the boards, allowing their deep forward to come back and pick it up and get it out of the zone. Here's another penalty coming out there.
And Cole trips Tony Herkus at center ice, and Cole will be going off. 2 minutes for tripping, and whoa, hang on to your seats. North Dakota will have a two-man advantage for 52 seconds.
There's no doubt about this penalty call. It could have been Neen, too. Watch as Herkus is coming up the ice. Danton Cole going on him to make a play. Herkus got such quick moves. His excellent agility on skates allows him to be able to change speeds and direction so quickly. And there you see the leg taken right out from under him. And 52 seconds on the initial penalty to Hamilton. 2 minutes now to Danton Cole. Michigan State on the power play.
There they are, Brad Hamilton and Danton Cole in the penalty box. So a critical moment for both North Dakota and Michigan State. 6:06 remain in the period. There is no score. Face off at center ice, and Perrott has it for North Dakota. Ian Kidd. To number 14, that is Lee Davidson. Davidson is crunched into the boards as he puts the puck in the corner, and Michigan State clears the zone. Nice play by the senior captain, McSween.
Gino Gasparini showing a great deal of confidence in this line with a two-man advantage. He's coming back out with Davidson's line resting Herkus's line.
Davidson will chase the puck. He could get to it first. He does behind the net. They'll set up a play. This is Kidd. Kidd skates to the center, takes the shot off the side of the net. Oh, some of the fans started to stand up as the net rippled, but it hit the side of the net, and Kip Miller clears the zone. 9 seconds remaining in the penalty to Hamilton. 1:15 in the penalty to Cole. This is Perrott. He's bumped off the puck. Luongo can't get it out of the zone. Bob Joyce. Joyce skates in. He's bumped off nicely. Joyce again behind the net. One man is back for Michigan State, so it's a one-man power play advantage for North Dakota for the next 55 seconds. As Hamilton is back on. Ian Kidd. In front, score! Ian Kidd on the backhand as he plate. Give and go with Bobby Joyce.
I can't tell you what a good shot that was. Bob Joyce gave him a pass. Kid's moving towards the net, and he got a backhand shot away right off the pass. That's difficult. Ian Kidd coming out of the corner. He's going to slip it back to Joyce, move to the net, and he gets a return pass right off the backhand, real quick up and over. That is very difficult to do. Kidd, a talented player. He was drafted this year, the first in the supplemental draft. He was ineligible, so he's still a free agent. But look how quick he got that up and over. You wonder why he's been a leader all year, an All-American. This fella has been a big force for North Dakota all season long and scores an outstanding goal on a backhand shot with an assist to Joyce.
Well, it's Kidd from Joyce at 15:07. 1-0. North Dakota on the power play. Shots out on top. So that'll wipe out the rest of the penalty to Danton Cole, and the sides are back even again. Lemoyne with a puck for North Dakota. A one-time backhander. You don't see that very often, Lou. You're right, especially with a curved stick. Here's the shot taken by Malcolm Parks. It's well wide, but it was a blast. We have a whistle. 4:34 to go. It is North Dakota 1, Michigan State nothing. We'll be back to Detroit in a moment.
There he is. What a happening dude.
They're a super party animal. Yeah. His name is Bugs McKenzie. A barbecue inside. A barbecue. And a cold Bud Light. A cold Bud Light. Puts him in a party frenzy. In a party frenzy. He's Bugs McKenzie, Bud Light's original party animal. Go, Bud, go. Go, Bud, go. Those Bud, go.
Bud, you really cooking now.
All right.
You're looking live at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, a crowd of upwards of 18,000 plus watching the national championship game of collegiate hockey, and they've seen North Dakota's Fighting Sioux break on top with a power play goal. Ian Kidd from Bob Joyce at 15:07. I'm Tom Mees with Lou Nanny, and here we go back to action again as the Fighting Sioux dump it in the zone. They ice the puck. Michigan State will have a face-off in the North Dakota zone.
Well, Michigan State's got Bill Shabicki's line on. That line has to deliver as we look at Brad Hamilton moving up ice. Hamilton, a big, strong defenseman for this Michigan State team. Also quite capable of generating offense. He had 29 assists this year. But Shabicki, Messier, and McReynolds are going to have to deliver here against this North Dakota team if Michigan State's going to win this game tonight, because Kip Miller's line will be used to shadow Herkus' line all night long.
Shabicki and Malcolm Parks will face it off. So far, nobody's been thrown out of the face-off circle tonight. We may see more of that later in the game when they get tired. Brad Hamilton's shot is tipped and goes well high of the net for Michigan State. Shabicki throws it in on goal. Here's the play for Messier, but he's bumped off. Lemoyne, Messier still makes the pass. A nice centering pass. Michigan State's McReynolds can't get the stick down on the puck, though. And here goes Dube. He's breaking in, but he's ridden off. Very nicely by Brad Hamilton. Parks bumps into Hamilton. Parks likes to bump into a lot of people. And McReynolds dumps it in for Michigan State. 3:45 to go first period. 1-0 North Dakota. Michigan State keeps it in the zone. Hamilton. But it's bumped right out again by the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota. Scott Koborensky, and we have a whistle for an offsides and another face-off.
Michigan State starting to put on a little pressure, and that's the line that can do it. Although Danton Cole's line during the CCHA playoffs and again the other night against Minnesota, Danton Cole has proven to be a big play man for this Michigan State team. But now when you see Kip Miller and Kevin Miller out here, you know that Michigan State's going to be using that line quite a bit. They can also check as well as going offense.
McSween sends the puck in for Michigan State. Well, the Spartans love to play here at Joe Louis Arena, too. Rendell with it right in front of the net. Michigan State has only lost twice here. 23 of their last 25, I believe, here at Joe Louis Arena. Have only 2 losses, one of those this year. Here's Barron right on in. Score, North Dakota! The defenseman, Murray Barron, broke in, and he got a great pass.
He certainly did. Perenica saw him coming alone. Both defensemen go over with Bowen and Perenica on the board, leaving Murray Barron, who spots the open. He comes up ice, and a perfect pass right. You'll see in the board, Perenica on the right side taking that pass, and he gives it right over to Murray Barron, moving up from the defense position, and he beat Essenza with 3:16 to go to put North Dakota up by 2 over a sliding Essenza. What a play by Grant Perenica to pick Barron up, coming in all alone.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been the two defensemen that have gotten on the board tonight, the two top defensemen for Pino Gasparini, Lou Murray Barron, and then right before him was Ian Kidd.
Barron with his 4th goal of the year, giving them a 2-0 lead.
2-0, and that's, I'll tell you, the Fighting Sioux, they're playing well within themselves and very, very confidently. Here comes Michigan State in the zone, but it's broken up again by the North Dakota defense. Herkus has Ian Kidd breaking in. Kidd to Herkus. Herkus scores! Joyce! Tommy Joyce! And just like that, it is 3-0, Fighting Sioux.
Well, Kidd was going to shoot. He sees Herkus on the right. He puts a pass over to him. It wasn't a good pass. But Herkus, with the great skill that he has to control a puck, got it back over in the middle, and Joyce reaches out and puts it away. Watch Kidd. He's going in on the net. He's going to shoot. Then he takes a look, and now he gets a pass across. And here's Herkus. He controls it across, and there's Joyce reaching in, putting it away.
Now, Mitch Messier tried to clear that puck, Lou, but he fanned on it. That allowed the pass to be complete.
The check was made here, and the pass comes across to the side. The pass is in the air, and even though Herkus got it in the air, he was able to kick it across right there to Joyce, and Joyce scores the goal for a quick 3-0 North Dakota lead. Right after they had made it 2, they come right back to increase their lead.
So it is 3-0 to Fighting Sioux, and that is a huge lead in a hockey game. I would think it imperative for Ron Mason's Michigan State club to get on the board next. Try and climb back into this thing. Michigan State at home essentially tonight, and this crowd, about 85 to 90% for the Spartans, is stunned.
And Ron Mason now is going to go with just whatever line he feels can do the job. I don't think he's going to match lines as much as he has now. He knows he's got to get back in this hockey game. He's not going to concern himself with who's watching the Herkus as much as he is with generating some offenses himself.
Well, Herkus showed some quick hands there with that pass, too. Centering pass in front, and Bob Joyce bats that away. Boy, he is really having a game tonight. He motors up the right wing. Joyce gets around McReynolds, wheels in, but back there is Luongo to bat the pass away. That was another golden opportunity for the Fighting Sioux. Michigan State cannot clear the puck. How many times have we said that tonight in recent moments? They do now, and a whistle. And we'll be back to explain what happens with this penalty in a moment. 1:54 to go in the period. 3-0 North Dakota.
If water leaking through masonry walls is a problem in and around your home, use a paint that stops water. Drylock. My masonry waterproofing paint goes on easy, right from the can, to interior and exterior masonry walls. You see, Drylock penetrates the pores and expands as it dries to become a part of your wall. And it's guaranteed to stop water, even under pressure. But don't just take my word for it. You can see it stop water. Look for this display at a dealer near you.
Gino Gasparini not very happy that his player Benson takes a high-sticking penalty like that with 1:54 to go in this period. Not a smart penalty. He doesn't want to give Michigan State any life, especially in the waning moments of the first period.
This penalty will bleed over into the very start of the second period, but 90% is here in this period as we wind down inside the last 140. Michigan State with a golden opportunity to get on the board now. Mitch Messier goes into the corner for it. He can't handle it, and North Dakota clears the zone. North Dakota playing some airtight hockey tonight.
They've done this all season long. It's a superb hockey team.
Back up for Michigan State. Brad Hamilton to center ice we come, and this is Kevin Miller. Miller wheels in, sends a strong shot on the goaltender. Belfour loose in front. Miller can't get the stick down in time. And again, North Dakota clears the zone.
Belfour wasn't very sharp on that. It was a soft shot, Tom, and he let the rebound go 10 feet in front of him. He's got to give it a soft pad and control that puck somewhat.
1:07 to go in the penalty, but only 58 seconds left in this first period. It's been all North Dakota. Hamilton sends it in behind the net. Messier back to Hamilton. This is Kevin Miller. He's got a lot of ice in front of him. Instead, he passes to Hamilton, who shoots, and it's wide. Kevin Miller has to hurry to get it. Does manage to contain the puck in the zone. 37 seconds left in the period. Hamilton. Joyce does a nice job screening in. Hamilton throws it in front, looking for deflection. Nobody home. Another shot. Miller, nobody home. Herkus blocks that. And look at Tony Herkus get around Miller. Isn't he something? Look at this. This is unbelievable. He almost sent Joyce in alone. Here is Joyce. Joyce has to be bumped off the puck, and Essenza has to come out to play.
There's that attraction to the puck, and the puck to Herkus. each to the other all the time.
8 seconds left in the period. Michigan State's not going to get another serious shot on goal. They don't hurry. 4-3. And that is the end of the first period. And the cheering section for North Dakota is up in arms, on their feet, cheering their Fighting Sioux. And Lou, we've seen an excellent display of two-way hockey by North Dakota as they lead this game 3-0.
To show you how dominating they were, Michigan State only has 2 shots on net. And North Dakota, with that fine all-around hockey club, Balfour, you see him going off the goaltender, not having much work, really in control at this point, but Michigan State has got good goal-scoring capabilities. They can come back, but they have to be somewhat less rattled than they were in the last 5-8 minutes. They started out good, and then they seem to get rattled, especially since North Dakota got that first goal.
Well, I think the first 5 or 10 minutes of the second period will be key.
You could buy a $100,000 sweeper to clean up around your house.
Hey, look out, Marge! What are you driving? I'm coming through!
Sure, it cleans driveways and patios quickly and easily, but so does the Litter Critter from Shop Vac. A revolutionary new way to clean dirt and debris from outdoor surfaces without electricity or batteries. And when you're finished, the Litter Critter stays out of your way.
You didn't buy that, Herbert? I'm not crazy! I leased it!
The Litter Critter, a sweeping improvement from Shop.
It was a quiet night until the party animal came to town.
There's a super party animal. Hey! His name is Sparty. A red hot nut and a cold Bud Light puts him in a party frenzy.
He's Spuds McKenzie, Bud Light's original party animal.
Go Spuds! Go Spuds! Oh, yeah!
Bye, Spuds. Don't be a stranger.
We got what it takes.
When you've been in a neighborhood as long as I have, customers become more than faces. They become friends. It's great to know that you've given families a familiar place to go for reliable hardware and sound advice for a lot of years. There's a comfortable hometown feeling that can't be bought or imitated. You just know when you fit in somewhere, when you really belong, no matter what changes go on around you.
We got what it takes, true value.
Well, there's our score after one period from Joe Louis Arena. The Fighting Sioux of North Dakota have, well, they've just dominated this hockey game as they lead it by a score of 3-0. Michigan State, the team and their fans are trying to regroup, and we look forward to Cracker Jack's second period in just a few moments. Well, you know, the Hobie Baker Award is college hockey's version of the Heisman Trophy. This is the Decathlon Athletic Club located in Bloomington, Minnesota. On April 5th, the 1987 Hobie Baker Award winner will be honored. The Hobie Baker Award is the college Heisman Trophy in honor of the former Princeton star. Past winners include Neil Broughton of the Minnesota North Stars. He won it in '81. George McPhee of the Montreal Canadiens won it in 1982 as a collegian. Mark Fusco, who played his college hockey at Harvard, was the winner in 1983. In '84, it was Tom Curvers, who played his college hockey at the University of Minnesota. In '85, Bill Watson, who played at Minnesota Duluth, won the Hobie Baker Award. And last year's recipient, Scott Fusco, another performer for Harvard University. Who will be honored this year? We'll find out, and we'll meet the 1987 Hobie Baker Memorial Trophy winner when we return. Our score, North Dakota 3, Michigan State 0.
So tell us, Mrs. Robinson, how do you like driving a new Volkswagen Vanagon with one husband, 3 daughters, 2 sons, 3 tents, 1 raft, 3 sleeping bags, 2 bicycles, 3 belly boards, 1 set of drums, 6 sets of earplugs, 1 barbecue, 10 bags of marshmallows, 2 tennis rackets, 1 tennis elbow, and more stuff than we ever got in our old minivan?
I don't hear anyone complaining, do you?
Some people believe that in order to enjoy Euro styling, one must be prepared to sacrifice comfort. But not the people at Spidell. Introducing the Euroflex watch bracelet collection for men and women. European styling with a patented American twist. Euroflex watch bracelets. Style without sacrificing comfort. Spidell. No one attaches more importance to your watch. Get a $25 rebate on any Spidell quartz watch at participating jewelers.
The University of North Dakota at Grand Forks is the state's oldest, largest, and most diversified institution of higher learning. Enrolling about 11,000 students, UND offers more than 130 undergraduate fields of study, and graduate degrees are offered through the doctoral level. UND also carries out an extensive program of research and service, and its graduates have achieved success and distinction throughout the world. Academic excellence, diversity, and tradition. For more than a century, these words have described the University of North Dakota.
You have to work hard to be a winner. And you know you'll never make it to the top if you're messing around with drugs. Man, that's just plain stupid. Especially now when we've seen how drugs can strike down a young person, even an athlete in the prime of life. No one is exempt from the dangers of drug abuse. So please, just stay away from that junk. Say no to drugs. After all, you can't be a hit when you're high.
Something to think about from the NCAA.
Tom Mees along with Tony Herkus of the University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, the 1987 recipient of the Hobie Baker Memorial Award. And congratulations to you, Tony. It's a reward for a great season. You follow a long line of pretty good hockey players.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of good players that won this award already, and I'm just very honored to be associated with those names. You know, there's a lot of, like, Tom Curvers, Bill Watson. You know, there's some good hockey players there, and I just hope I could bring the tradition along about the Hobie Baker Award winner.
Well, now, coming into the Final Four here in Detroit, your statistics were mind-boggling. An all-time NCAA single-season record, 111 points, including 69 assists, and you broke Bill Watson's record for one single season, and you had 4 points in the semifinal victory over Harvard. We're going to take a look at a couple of assists now. The first goal of the game was scored by Bobick, but a lot of help from you on the assist.
Well, I just got the puck at the blue line, and I just seen there was a couple guys on me. He had me hooked up there pretty well. I just got free and seen Bobick rushing down the slot, and he just picked the corner very well.
Now, later on, in a goal by Joyce, another one of your line mates, here you are, I believe, behind the net.
We've been doing this all year, you know. He just gets out free in front of the net, and I just try to put it on a stick, and he does the job every time.
And, of course, you actually scored a goal yourself with all that hard work with the assist, but it came, there you are with the puck now. Eventually, you'd circle around and get a rebound.
Well, Bob, you know, there's 3 Harvard guys, and Bob should have been eliminated in the first place, but he got a couple of rebounds, and then puck just happened to be loose, and I just came skating in and be in the right place at the right time.
I think that was the goal that really broke the back of the Harvard Crimson in that semifinal game. A lot of questions are going to have to be answered. You're going to have a lot of decisions to make after the Final Four here in Detroit is over. First thing, you've been drafted by the St. Louis Blues, and it's not uncommon for youngsters in college to be drafted and then make a decision either to go back to college or play Olympics. How are you treating the St. Louis Blues in the NHL right now?
Well, right now, I think St. Louis Blues are letting me play out my college career here, and I think they're going to talk to me after this is all over, but I think they're just leaving me alone so I could play the championships here, and you know, I really don't know what's going to happen next year or at the end of this year. Hopefully, you know, maybe I'll be in the Olympic team next year. I don't know. I just want to get through Saturday's game with a championship ring on and take it from there.
Of course, you've got some interesting decisions coming up with the NHL, and of course, you mentioned the Olympics. Maybe we'll see you in Calgary at the Olympics or back with the Fighting Sioux. Whatever your decision, thanks for being with us, and congratulations again, Tony.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Okay, Tony Herkus of the University of North Dakota, the 1987 Hobie Baker Memorial Trophy Award winner. We'll be back with more as our championship game coverage continues from Detroit in just a moment.
Behold the beer belly. 50 million Americans need a shortcut to get from fat to flat. Introducing the Gut Buster. It's the ultimate fitness machine specifically designed to firm and flatten the stomach as nothing else can. And ladies, if you're as serious as he is, that flat stomach you had in high school can be yours again. Basic spring-ups like these work the upper abdominal region. Reverse for tension-assisted high-risers. This sturdy unit travels easily, so you can exercise anywhere. And it's yours with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So go ahead, Gut Busters. If you're serious about a flat stomach, exercise your right to call toll-free now.
To order your Gut Buster, call 1-800-228-8500. That's 1-800-228-8500. Use your credit card to avoid COD charges or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to the Gut Buster, Department 5, Canton, Ohio 44750. That toll-free number again is 1-800-228-8500.
The acknowledged champion. The dynamic challenger. Occasionally over the years, the two capture the country's imagination in a battle of legends. It happens this year on April 6th at Caesar's Palace between Marvelous Marvin and Sugar Ray. As in so many matches before, Budweiser helps make it happen.
Before the government gets hold of your tax return, maybe you should get hold of the Wall Street Journal. After all, it's your money. At least for the time being.
Call 800-372-3000 for this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-372-3000 now for the Wall Street Journal.
Well, we waited over 15 minutes before the first goal was scored in this national title hockey game in Detroit, but when North Dakota got on the board, they decided they liked it, and 3 goals inside the last 5 minutes has given the Fighting Sioux the lead. And, of course, you mentioned at the end of the period, Lunani, that they've outshot Michigan State 8-2, and it was just a matter of time before they scored.
Well, the pressure that they were applying just finally paid off. North Dakota seems quicker. They're moving the puck better. They were getting control of the whole period with the exception of the first 2 or 3 minutes. After that, it just seemed that North Dakota got really geared up to play. Even though they had that first power play and didn't do anything, it just being there and getting through the first 3 minutes without being scored on was a big benefit to North Dakota, and they certainly came on from there.
Now, number 4 defenseman Ian Kidd got the first goal of this hockey game for North Dakota. Was on the power play with the assist to Bob Joyce.
Well, Ian Kidd, he's moving in up front. He gives it to Joyce, and then he breaks through the net. But the key in this was the way he got rid of the shot on the backhand so fast up and over Belfer. Look at this, a backhand shot up and over. That's something you don't see often. Kidd plays the power play, and he usually is out on the point. This time he moved in and he got in position to score.
Now, the second goal by North Dakota's Murray Barron from Bowen and Kidd at 16:44.
That's Paranika on the boards. They said Kidd got the assist, but it was Paranika. He gave it to Barron breaking in alone. He made a spin away on the top of your screen. Murray Barron was moving into play. He saw the opening, went in, and scored the goal.
And then just 18 seconds later, it was Bob Joyce, number 20, getting on the board for the third goal for the University of North Dakota.
This time, Kidd goes down, and as he was going to shoot, he gets checked. He looks, and he makes a pass across to Herkus. Even though it's high, Herkus is able to control it, get it across to Joyce. Joyce just reaches ahead for it and puts it into the open net. That's Joyce right there taking a pass from Herkus.
Now, if you're Ron Mason, you're in the locker room, I would imagine he's just going to try and calm his kids down and point out that, hey, we still got 40 minutes to go in this hockey game.
Well, you want to make sure they maintain their intensity. North Dakota's been through things like this before. They won a WCHA championship, and they had to beat a tough Minnesota team to do it. And they're accustomed to winning. They play well with the lead, too. They've got good balance. They check well. They've got excellent speed. And right now, it looks like they're quicker than Michigan State. Michigan State played last night. It could have drained them somewhat, but North Dakota is a superb hockey club. They were favored coming in, and there's no reason why they should change things, and I don't think that they will.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring summary. After one period, Kidd from Herkus at 15:07, Barron from Bowen and Kidd at 16:44, and Joyce from Herkus at 17:02. And here come the Spartans of Michigan State. Lou, if nothing else, their fans certainly not getting down on their team. They're really letting them know how much they support them with the noise they're making here at the arena.
Well, Michigan State's got a good deal of quality on their team, and they've got great goal-scoring capabilities. Their fans don't think they're out of it. I'm sure Michigan State doesn't. But Michigan State has not played with the same kind of finesse that they had been playing with earlier. They seem somewhat rattled with the puck. I think North Dakota's quickness is really affecting them somewhat. North Dakota also shuts down those passing lanes so well. They don't give you many open people to pass that puck to. They're quick to counter. They come back and check well in their own zone. Michigan State's going to have to start keeping better control and getting more shots, getting those goal-scoring opportunities by getting North Dakota to cough that puck up in their own zone. State has to be tougher on the boards than they were that period. They weren't nearly as effective as they were last night in the game against Minnesota in the first period.
Well, this national championship, NCAA Division I hockey game from Detroit, is being brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Remember, Domino's Pizza delivers. And wouldn't one taste good right about now? 3-0, North Dakota on top. Now, Michigan State will still be on the power play, but only for 6 seconds at the start of this second period of play. As North Dakota, Tom Benson is in the penalty box. He went in at 18:06 for high sticking, and he remains there for the next 6 seconds. There's a look at Bob Essensa. named to the CCHA All-Academic Team, third year in a row. He hits the books along with hitting a few pucks along the way. And there is Ed Belfour, freshman out of Carmen, Manitoba. And we're underway in the second period. Tom Mees with Lou Nanny. 3-0. The Fighting Sioux showing why they're the #1 team in the country so far tonight. Puck goes off the stick of Bob Joyce, or was it McReynolds? Anyway, it's into the crowd, and we'll have a face-off. The glass that was broken, Lou, was replaced by the excellent arena staff here at Joe Louis Arena.
We're seeing a switch now. We've got Shabicki's line out against Herkus's line, and North Dakota's got the last change. We'll see if Gino doesn't mind. He's going to go right along with it.
Well, the penalty to North Dakota to Tom Benson is over, so the teams are at full strength. This is McSween behind the net. He's shadowed very well in there by Bobick. Bobick trying to break up the play, but Mitch Messier sends it to center ice. This is McReynolds. McReynolds breaking in on left wing, looking for someone in the slot. He had Messier, but couldn't get the pass to him. Messier now, just to the left of the goal. Fans on the puck. Ian Kidd knocks him off, and Kidd controls now for North Dakota. Very, very warm building tonight. Could have an effect on the ice. McReynolds, as the puck comes just outside the zone, sends it back in offside. We'll have a face-off.
Well, Coach Ron Mason going power against power. His top-scoring line of Shabicki, Messier, and McReynolds now goes against Herkus's line as we look at Captain Bob Joyce, the explosive left winger in North Dakota. 51 goals coming in tonight.
And he's been drafted by the Boston Bruins of the National Hockey League. Some that speculate he might be up with them after this championship season is over. Of course, that decision is his. Set into the zone. Clement sends the puck in, but they roll it offside, and they'll face it off again.
Well, Michigan State trying to get something going early. They continue to put the puck in North Dakota zone. A little anxious that time, getting it in too quickly. But they want to do some forechecking. They want to upset North Dakota's momentum, and they're going to have to get on them quickly to do that.
Davidson facing off with Danton Cole. Cole wins it. Tilley will fire it in, and Michigan State will go chase after it. Arkelpane is cut off at the pass nicely by Clement. And here comes Johnson. Johnson skates in 2-on-1, takes the shot himself, and a nice save, and a big one at this point of the game by Essenza. Danton Cole checked off nicely by Perret. Tilley wheels back in his own zone to start the play again. This is Davidson for North Dakota. He's 1-on-3. Davidson around the net. Back to Perret. He's at the right point. He sends it around the boards. Lemoyne pitches in. Gets the puck to Johnson. Steve Johnson. This is Lemoyne. Armless shot off the side of the goal. And Arkelpane has it for Michigan State and just dumps it out of the zone. North Dakota playing with so much poise out there. Clement for Michigan State. Gets it through the legs of the defender for North Dakota. That was Lemoyne. And icing will be the call on the Fighting Sioux. The faceoff comes down the North Dakota zone.
Well, after North Dakota was under a little pressure for the first minute, out comes Lee Davidson's line, and Steve Johnson, who's got 26 goals coming into this tournament this season. He had been shifted to that line by Gino Gasparini to give the team more balance, and it certainly does. He had a great opportunity to score, but he was beaten by Essenza. It's a good thing, as you said, that North Dakota didn't get another early one, because that could have been quite deflating to Michigan State.
For the first time tonight, we're seeing Steve Beadle on the ice. He's in for Bobby Reynolds of Michigan State. Reynolds suffering that concussion in Friday night's game against Minnesota. And they're not taking any chances with the young man's health, and they're holding out of this game. Beadle is a freshman from Lansing, Michigan. Michigan State gets the puck out of their own zone. Wilkinson did for a moment, and North Dakota sends it right back in. Brad Hamilton on the backhand, but it's intercepted by Doob of North Dakota. Doob circles around in front, but loses control of the puck. Wilkinson back there, wreaking some havoc in the corner. And here comes Koborensky to keep the puck in the zone for North Dakota, but he gives it right to Gare Hoff of Michigan State. Hoff was just standing there and said, "Thank you very much." Here he goes to center ice. Hoff is in the zone. Hoff with a wrist shot. It's blocked by the defense. Nice block that time by Murray Barrett of North Dakota. Scott Doob. This is Hoff back in his own zone for Michigan State. The youngster from Norway. Hoff dumps it in, and the Spartans will go for a line change.
Well, as long as Gino Gasparini can have that fourth line of his out there and have Michigan State come back with him, he's got an advantage.
Kip Miller tried to carry the puck in front, but he lost it against the side of the net. Doob is down. He's hobbled. Rendell had a chance briefly to the left of the goaltender, but North Dakota relieves the pressure. And a penalty call against, I believe, Doob of North Dakota, and he doesn't like it.
Well, he doesn't like it, and it's going to give Michigan State an opportunity. They had a great chance. Luongo moving in as we get a slashing call right now. Well, you might be able to see it right by the net. Watch coming around behind the net. Nakonechny right there gives a slash, and he's going off for slashing now. But Luongo moved in on the play, and he got, actually Duke gets the penalty, but Luongo moved in and got a great chance. That was the toughest save that Balfour's had tonight.
It looked innocent, but you're right. On the replay, you can see how tough a save that was. So Michigan State on the power play again. Chance to get back in this hockey game. They trail it 3-0 to the Spartans. Miller and Hamilton playing catch of the blue line. Trying to one-time it is Shibicki, but he never got his stick on the puck. Messier in the corner, back to Shibicki. He controls back to Messier. Minute 45 to go on the penalty. Messier to McReynolds. McReynolds shadowed by Joyce. Back to the point. This is Kevin Miller. He'll wind up the shot. It's a rebound in front. Another shot taken by McReynolds, and 2 saves by Belfour. Here comes Joyce back the other way. Shorthanded for North Dakota. He breaks in. He's taken down. The save, and there's going to be a penalty on Michigan State as Joyce created that. As Michigan State touches up. Bob Joyce breaking in on goal, and he had to be tripped, or else it would have been another score for the Sioux.
He certainly did. The great speed that Joyce has allows him to go around a defenseman on the outside, Hamilton. Now watch Hamilton take his skates out right there.
Yep.
Joyce still had the ability to get a shot away. He got a good shot away on Essenza. That nullifies the power play advantage that Michigan State had. We were talking before, Tom, about Gasparini. If he could have his fourth line of Bowen out there, that brings our Beatles line. If Mason has to do that, now you got your fourth lines out there. Mason's fourth line has only scored 6 goals this year. So you're killing the clock. If he could effectively get Mason to bring that line out as often as he brings out Bowen's line with a 3-goal lead, he has really got a big advantage here.
Face off right at center ice. Now going into the box, Hamilton from Michigan State. He's on for the next 2 minutes. So in a minute 19, North Dakota, unless we have more penalties, will have a 41-second power play.
We're having a face-off at center ice because the goalie came out on the delayed call, and the change was made before the goalie was in the vicinity of the bench, so the whistle blew, and they bring the face-off to center ice.
All right. That explanation now has been made to you at home and also to the coaches who had a few questions about that. McReynolds brings it in for Michigan State. It's 4-on-4 right now. Some wide open ice out there. McSween has to go back into his own zone. McSween to Danton Cole. Cole back pass to the captain. McSween will carry it in over the blue line. He'll take a blast, and coming out to cut down the angle nicely is Belfour. Boy, he looks cool out there.
He certainly stands on his feet and doesn't go down very often, does he?
No, he does not. This is Paranika for North Dakota, and it hits Luongo's stick over the glass into the crowd with 15:26 left to go in the second period, and the score remaining 3-0 North Dakota.
Gasparini, knowing that he's got a power play coming up, he's going to want Turkis and Joyce back out there when he gets the opportunities. We look at Alex Belfour, all WCHA in his first year, but as we said, he's 22 years old. He played in Tier 2 juniors last season. A very, very steady goaltender. He stays on his feet. He cuts the angles. He doesn't flop at all. And when you're doing that, you're taking away a great deal of the shooting area that someone likes to have when they're coming in on you.
Shibicki and Parks, the face-off contenders. Malcolm Parks, North Dakota. And Bill Shibicki of Michigan State. Here's the shot taken in there by Perret. He just blasted behind the net. Koborensky goes for it. He's bumped off by Tilley. Tilley now has it for Michigan State. Shibicki in front. Boy, dangerous pass. Clement was there to get it for Michigan State.
It's the relentless forechecking of the forwards of North Dakota that are causing Michigan State to pass that puck errantly.
Puck free in the zone, but North Dakota's Koborensky covers up. Now in 10 seconds, it'll be a power play advantage for the University of North Dakota. For about 41 seconds. This is Parks. He just dumps it in so North Dakota can have fresh troops on there when they get the power play right now. So the Sioux are on the power play for the next 40 seconds or so. But it's Michigan State on attack. Messier passes right to Scott Doob, and Doob sends Johnson away. 3-on-2. This is Johnson. The save, and the rebound is covered up by Luongo. Essenza with a nice save. And Benson sends it back in behind the Michigan State net for North Dakota. Oh, my goodness. Mitch Messier has Herkus all wrapped up. He is doing a job on Tony Herkus, and Herkus still has the puck. All this action right in front of the referee.
Tony Herkus got the great ability to control a puck even with people all over him.
Here's Benson. He's free. Instead of shooting, he tried to hit Doob right to the left of the goaltender. Pass didn't connect. Both sides at even strength now. All the penalties have elapsed. Benson holds it in again for North Dakota. This is Tony Herkus. He winds. The shot is the save by Essence. A rebound is loose. And Chabicki will relieve the pressure and lift it out of the zone. North Dakota relentless on the attack. Perrent sends one in, and the goaltender, Essenza, makes the save.
They got a 3-goal lead, but they want to increase it, and that's the kind of game they play. They're very, very aggressive.
Icing is the call, and we'll be back with a face-off in a moment. 13:33 left in the second period. 3-0 North Dakota.
Domino's Pizza delivers quality. It takes fresh baked quality to avoid the Noid. We keep the Noid out and all the quality in. So avoid the Noid. Call Domino's Pizza now for hot quality pizza. Domino's Pizza delivers.
Watch the ability of Tony Herkus to handle a puck. As Sean Clement grabs him, wraps him around, spins him around, but Herkus maintaining his balance, keeping his body in front of Clement and the puck. That way he's always able to control it. That's what the good puck carriers do. They put their body between the checker and the puck, and the checker then can't get at that puck, and the puck carrier can control it as long as he has to until someone really grabs him.
Fight for the face-off, and North Dakota controls what looked like an innocent shot on goal by Murray Barron. Forces Essence to the sprawl to cover up.
Jeff Bowen right in front all alone. He deflects that shot. He's facing the shooter, and the puck comes. He deflects of it. Essence will make the save. Watch number 9 here right in front of you. Center of the screen. Watch him deflect it right there. He deflected it. Goes right into Essence. Essence just blocked everything. He went down. You don't know where that deflection's going to go. So try and keep everything in front of you locked and covered.
Face-off behind the Michigan State net. This is Luongo. Luongo looking for Arkelpen on the boards, but Ian Kidd does a nice job to check him up. Nakanekne in front. Loose puck. Oh, just dribbling wide. Who was that had a chance? That was Paranika for North Dakota. Michigan State fortunate there, and here come the Spartans. Stanton Cole can't get around his man, but this is Arkelpen. Arkelpen tries to get one back to the point. Nakanekne is knocked down hard. Arkelpen keeps it in. Now it comes out, and we'll have a face-off to the center ice side of the North Dakota zone with 12:54 to go in the period.
Another great opportunity for North Dakota. Paranika had it in front of the net, but it was made possible by the ability of Ian Kidd to pinch in and get the puck deep. Watch 22 in front of the net being hauled down, but get a stick on it right there. And Essence, even though he was moving to the right, he had to get his leg out. Watch Luongo hit Nakanika there right inside the zone.
I'm going to introduce you to him after the game.
That's the toughest name I've ever had to pronounce in my life.
It really is. Nakanekne. That's tougher than some of the Russian names at Rendezvous 87.
Yep. I can see Laranov. I can say Krutov. I can say Kazatonov. Nakanekne really the tongue twister. Yep.
All right. Keeping the puck in is Wilkinson. He sends a little lazy shot in. Kevin Miller had a shot momentarily to lift it on net, but it never got through. And here comes Johnson of North Dakota. Looking ahead for Davidson. And Essenza has to cover up. Why? Because Mickey Krumpetich was coming headlong toward the goal, and Krumpetich ends up hitting the boards pretty hard, and he's going to be slow getting up.
Well, Neil Wilkinson back-checking on Krumpetich took him right into the boards. As Essenza comes out to get the puck, Wilkinson just stayed right with Krumpetich, took him down, and looks like Krumpetich is shaken up somewhat. He's going to the bench. He might have hurt his shoulder. He looks like he's favoring it.
3-0 North Dakota. The Fighting Sioux getting on the board on a goal by Ian Kidd at 15:07 of the first. Then Murray Barron at 16:44. And finally Bob Joyce just 16 seconds later.
Michigan State continuing to use the body every chance they get on North Dakota, hoping to slow them down. Whenever they see a man along the boards, they're using their size and strength to try and wear him down.
Oberensky and Shebicki on the face-off. Shebicki wins it for Michigan State. Spartans try and break out of the zone. Tom Tilley is bumped off nicely by Parks, but Michigan State controls again, and McReynolds will shoot it in. Rides the top of the boards where Dube has it for North Dakota. Dube is checked by Messier. Here comes North Dakota. This is Malcolm Parks from Edmonton, Alberta. Shebicki has it for Michigan State. Forces Lemoyne to go back and get it for North Dakota. Shebicki doing some nice forechecking, but he's only one man against an army of three of the Fighting Sioux, and eventually he was stopped from making a play. Now McReynolds keeps it in the zone. This is Clement. Messier for McReynolds, a quick backhander. Almost a blind shot. Messier tried to center. Back to the point. In front, score! Michigan State is on the board. From the point, it was Tom Tilley.
And it was a forechecking of Shebicki's line. Shebicki, Messier, and McReynolds keep getting opportunities when they're in the offensive zone because they're strong forecheckers. They get the puck back to Tilley, and the goaltender is screened. Tilley lets the shot go quickly. Not a hard shot, but a screen shot. Just a quick first shot at the net. Belfour being screened in front by Messier. Doesn't see the puck, and Michigan State on the board. And that's what Michigan State has to do, is forecheck the way their line did that time. Watch Messier cut in front right here, 12. And Belfour doesn't see it. He's got Benson coming out of the left side and Messier from the right, and the puck beats him.
So Michigan State, Tilley from McReynolds and Messier at 8:30. You know, a great goaltender of years gone by, Bernie Perrant, told me one time about screenshots. It's very simple. You cannot stop what you cannot see.
That's right. You got to hope that they hit you.
And that time you can see that Belfour, who's been great tonight in net for North Dakota, guessing a little bit that time. And guessed wrong. So that gets the crowd back into this game as well. And that's going to give Michigan State an emotional boost.
It certainly does, Tom. They're really fired up now.
Denton Cole right in front. O'Toole with a shot. And it hits the goaltender Belfour. Oh, O'Toole had an excellent shot right there. Michigan State playing with renewed vigor at 11:07 to go. And here comes Danton Cole up the ice again. But we have a hand pass call. And we'll have a face-off just outside the Michigan State zone at center ice.
Mike O'Toole will be wondering what he has to do as Danton Cole goes back for the face-off. Mike O'Toole had a great opportunity 10 seconds after Michigan State got on the board to narrow the gap to 1, but he was beaten by Belfour.
This is where, especially when you're in a foreign rink with most of the crowd against you, this is where, if you're North Dakota, this is where your class and your tool and your talent really come through in situations like this. You got to withstand the emotional charge of your opponent. Shot lifted in behind the North Dakota net. It's Murray Barron for North Dakota. Gets it to center ice, but it's intercepted. Intercepted by McSween. McSween lifts a lazy shot in. Joyce will go for it with Arkelpain. The puck is loose along the boards, and North Dakota lifted out of the zone by Joyce. Michigan State goes back.
Michigan State now starting to get some fire. That goal has given them more zip than they've had since the first 2 minutes of this game. They're starting to skate with the puck and control it better.
Michigan State, this is Gerhoff at center ice. He goes down to the ice trying to draw the penalty. That was a bad dive, and the referee doesn't buy it. Behind the net, Michigan State putting some pressure on. That was Steve Beadle behind the net. Clement lifting it in, but it's blocked by the defense. Here comes North Dakota's Herkus. He goes down. A penalty against Michigan State. Tony Herkus draws the penalty, and it is a big call at this stage in the game with 10:07 to go, second period. Herkus went down, and they're going to nail Michigan State with a penalty, and we'll be back with more action from Detroit in a moment.
Why are you in and out of bed? Hating your cold. Wondering how many sneezes you sneezed. Looking for something to do until you can rest. Trying to be brave. Wishing you had a nickel for every cough. Spending the night with your cold, waiting for relief that never comes. Why? When there's NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, so you can rest medicine. From Vicks, of course.
Sean Clement's off for a hooking penalty. Herkus stopped the puck at the blue line, broke away, and both Clement and Hoff were hooking at him. Clement pulling him down, North Dakota in the power play.
So the Fighting Sioux, North Dakota, they scored on the power play already tonight. Have another opportunity right now. but Michigan State clears the zone. Going back for it is Tom Benson of North Dakota. Excellent junior defenseman. Ahead to Davidson. Davidson breaks into the zone. He gives up a back pass to Kowarensky, but Michigan State lofting the puck out of the zone. I believe that was Kevin Miller who cleared the puck. And Ian Kidd goes back for it for the Fighting Sioux. Minute 25 left to go on the power play. Pumpetich is poke checked by Rendell. Ian Kidd now at center ice. Kidd breaks his stick as he lost the puck into the zone. He'll have to leave, and so it takes one man out of your power play. Miller tries to clear it. He can't do so. McSween, loose puck in front. Kowarensky stands on the shot. And a nice effort by Kevin Miller as he poke-checked Kowarensky, who was cruising around for another shot. 1 minute to go on the power play. Davidson. He's boarded legally by Luongo. McSween, he's bumped off by Parks, and Michigan State finally clears the zone. Again, it was Kevin Miller. Just the clearing pass. 44 seconds left in the North Dakota penalty.
And now Herkus' unit comes out on the power play, and this is the one that they're going to have to stop.
Joyce, he'll cut toward the net. Now he'll go behind it. He's wide open. This is Benson with the puck. Benson shoots it behind the net for Johnson, but McSween will intercept for Michigan State. And Michigan State, Stanton Cole has Gerhoff on a 2-on-2. Cole flying up the right wing, shoots the save with the glove by Belfour.
Real good effort by Cole, using his speed to get to the outside and get a good shot away.
He's got excellent speed. Here's Herkus. Speaking of speed, back past the Johnson. 6 seconds left in the penalty, and that'll be it as the puck clears the zone. Michigan State has dodged another bullet.
And this crowd is on their feet. Really into the game now. Michigan State playing with the most life they've had here all night long.
Perret is checked off the puck, and McSween, or make that Brad Hamilton clears it to center ice for Michigan State. And they're going to call Hamilton's pass for icing as it went beyond the goal line, and they'll bring the faceoff back to the Michigan State zone.
With all the bodies in here tonight and the heat, that ice is starting to slow down. That's going to help Michigan State somewhat. You saw the icing there. It looked like the puck was going to make it easily. Once it got to the far dot, it really slowed down and barely made the goal line.
Just about every seat occupied tonight. The all-time record for a college hockey game in this arena is some 21,000 for a Great Lakes Invitational. We're a bit short of that tonight, but Lou Nanny, an excellent crowd, and the NCAA Hockey Championship should get bigger and better year after year.
They've had some fabulous crowds here for college hockey. It's a good college area, and they support it all the time. Their Great Lakes tournament every year at Christmas does extremely well for them.
Next year's championship game will be in another hockey hotbed, Lake Placid, New York. An excellent Olympic facility in upstate New York. Brad Hamilton controls the faceoff, gets it to center ice. Mitch Messier gets control of the puck, waits for a teammate. He's onside. Puck comes back out to center ice, though, as the teams are back at full strength. As Michigan State has successfully killed off the power play. McReynolds, he gets a quick one away. That one was wide by about 4 or 5 feet to the right side of the net. Spartans keep the puck in the zone. McReynolds has it on the backhand. McReynolds to Messier, but nobody home on right wing. Wilkinson breaks in. Wilkinson to Shibicki, back to Hamilton. He'll let go with a blast. This is wide. Wilkinson in front. Shibicki can't get the stick down. He had a wide open net. Shibicki's pass back to the point, intercepted. And a whistle and a penalty on North Dakota for cross-checking. 7:05 left to go in Detroit. This place is a madhouse. We'll be back with more action in a moment.
Man has always tried to weasel out of painting, because until now, there's never been a paint stick. The paint stick has eliminated the messy paint tray forever. Just push it onto the fill tube, pull back the handle, and the paint stick fills with paint. Then push it in to apply paint. The handle provides leverage for easier painting, and it reaches ceilings without a ladder.
Could I try that?
Sure.
The PowerFlow Paint Stick.
Before checking to Mitch Messier and Brian McReynolds, generating some offense for Michigan State again, and Murray Barron, number 3, is going to get a cross-checking penalty, and State's going on a power play.
Face-off just outside the North Dakota zone. North Dakota clears the puck easily, though, in the person of number 27, Mike Lemoyne. Michigan State has to regroup in their own zone, and this is McSween. McSween to center ice. Herkus gets it off his stick for a moment, but McSween retains control. Look at Herkus and Joyce on the penalty-killing unit. Luongo goes back for Michigan State. Well, they got whole summer to rest, as they say, right?
And you can watch Tony Herkus try and sneak behind that defenseman when his man gets control of the puck. He's all alone back there. They're going to have to be aware of him.
Here comes McSween. He's onside. McSween 2-on-1. The shot. Oh, Luongo had a nice chance in the slot. I should say number 2 for Michigan State. Don Gibson had a nice chance.
Well, the pass was high and bouncing. He just couldn't get control of it.
In front, it's Joyce on the shorthanded situation. He is bumped off the puck. A minute to go in the Michigan State power play. This is Kit Miller. Miller, the wrist shot, just wide to the right. I believe that Belfour was partially screened. Shibicki back to the point to Hamilton. Hamilton over to Kevin Miller. His pass intended for Shibicki is intercepted. Nice play there by Tom Benson of North Dakota.
Very good play. Benson was watching Messier down deep, and he saw Shibicki up high. He anticipated the pass and was able to deflect it down the ice.
McReynolds with a shot. 35 seconds left in the power play. Messier pitching in. Shibicki picks up the loose puck. The shot is over the top of the net. Ian Kidd goes back for North Dakota. Michigan State has 26 seconds still left in the man advantage, and this is the best pressure they put on the power play all night.
Well, since they've scored the goal, Michigan State's been on having the most pressure that they've had on North Dakota all night long. And even though Messier, Shibicki, and McReynolds were on when this penalty was called, they went off and got about 25-second rest, and then they come back on. You see the pass across. Watch his pass. It's in the air, bouncing a little bit. That's why Gibson couldn't get that shot away. A bounce away from him. But that's one thing that Michigan State wasn't able to do at this time, is get their top line out on the power play immediately, because they had been out there for a minute and were tired. They had to come back with their second power play unit.
Shibicki won the face-off, but a quick whistle. They're going to drop the puck again. Something was not right for the way both teams were lined up. In the penalty box, Murray Barron, he went off for cross-checking. Here is Hamilton. And North Dakota's Ian Kidd clears the puck, sends it the length of the ice. That should just about do it. Only 10 seconds left now on the Spartan power play. Shibicki, he'll be intercepted by Kovarinsky at mid-ice. This is Scott Duke for North Dakota. His backhand pass jumps over the stick of Hamilton, and Kovarinsky is in on it. Kovarinsky behind the net, has no support, has to wait. Centering pass, the shot, score! North Dakota! Tony Herkus! No, Malcolm Park! Malcolm Park, number 11 with the goal.
And watch the shot he gets away. That puck is bouncing. He takes that pass from behind the net. He had just come on the ice. He had a line change. The penalty was over. So he goes down and he takes the pass. Watch this. From behind the net, Kovarinsky passed the puck. See how the puck was in the air, bouncing?
Wow.
And Parks just still was able to get a stick on it and bang it home. What a big goal for North Dakota. It looks like they were going to wilt and give up another goal after the pressure the Michigan State's been putting on. But you see a jubilant Mel Parks coming off the bench, taking a pass that's bouncing and putting it at home. Behind Essens up for a 3-goal lead with 4:55 to go.
Boy, that's a huge goal for North Dakota. It's Parks from Kovarinsky at 15:05, 4-1. The number 1 team in the country. Paranika with a shot. Essens had just got a right pad on it. Michigan State comes back again. Here comes number 23, Mike O'Toole. O'Toole into the slot. Oh, another nice chance for Harkelpane. And he just goes wide on the backhand. Dave Harkelpane was breaking in. Michigan State hasn't lost their zip with their skates, but I'm telling you, that's a real momentum backbreaker coming as late as it does in the period.
And especially after the pressure that they were under. But watch Harkelpane. He takes that pass across ice. It's bouncing a little bit again, but he gets a stick on it. But with the bounce, you couldn't control it. He got it up and over the net. Harkelpane trying to get that goal back very quickly after the pass is slid across by Danton Cole, or excuse me, by Mike O'Toole. Coming down the wing.
Attendance tonight, 17,644 is Ron Mason. Ron Mason talks to his troops. Face off at center ice. Gerhoff to Gibson. Gibson backhand. Off. And offsides is the call. Face off will come to center ice.
One thing that this line does for Michigan State, it gives them some enthusiasm. You've got Don Gibson up there, number 2. He's a big right winger. He was a defenseman when he came here. We look at Tom Benson, the physical defenseman for North Dakota. Gibson, Beadle, and Hoff come out to give them a shot of adrenaline, give them some drive, because they're going to go out there and forecheck with a lot of intensity. Gibson's going to hit bodies, and it gives Mason's other lines a chance to rest, but also picks up their spirits with the kind of intensity they play with.
Face off, and it bounces back to center ice. McSween of Michigan State goes back for it. 4:10 left to go. McSween dumps it in. Behind the net, Belfour goes and leaves it for his defenseman, Benson, but he's bumped off nicely. And the puck comes loose to McSween. McSween closing in, and a nice glove save by Belfour. And now we got an altercation in the corner between Beadle of Michigan State and Benson of North Dakota. Referee was right there. Beadle lost his stick. No penalty was called. No punches thrown, but a lot of pushing and shoving. Benson, meanwhile, comes back up the ice and lifts a shot in. Goes harmlessly over the net. A lot of pushing and shoving, and here we go back the other way with 3:36 left to go. This is Luongo. His shot is well wide and over the top of the net. Bobick gets it over to Murray Barron, who has a goal tonight for the Fighting Sioux, and North Dakota is going to be called for icing. 3:20 left to go in the second period. Our score, 4-1 in favor of the Fighting Sioux. Back in a moment.
What a hug.
Get a load of him.
Well, there's a super party animal. His name is Buzz McKenzie. With a beach in sight and a cold Bud Light, he's in the party frenzy.
He's Spuds McKenzie. What party-loving, happening dude.
Go, Spuds, go, Spuds, go.
Bye, Spuds. Call me.
Go, Spuds, go.
A record crowd on hand tonight for an NCAA College Division I National Championship Hockey Final. 17,644. It's a tribute to the great play we've seen all week long here in Detroit. Wilkinson at the point for Michigan State lifts one in, similar to the shot that ended up in the net for Michigan State's lone goal of the night. Kevin Miller with it behind the North Dakota net. Miller shoots, score! Kevin Miller! He gets the goal back in a beautiful individual effort, and the place goes crazy again.
He just takes the puck away behind the net, comes out front, and wraps it right around into the goal. He came out the short side. Kid wasn't there. Balfour pulls away from the pipe, and Miller just coming right around and wraps it right. And here's Miller getting the puck, coming out in front. No defenseman there to stop him. Balfour leaning away, and as he does, he's falling down. Kevin Miller just goes right in unmolested and puts it home.
I tell you, and I've learned this as we watch Miller again, I've learned this, Lou, by watching a guy like Gretzky setting up behind the net. If you give a good goal scorer, a guy with a touch, enough time behind there, he'll kill you. He'll just burn you either with a pass or with a quick shot.
And there's more room behind these nets. These nets are pushed up 5 feet for this college game compared to what they are in the National Hockey League, and there's a lot of room to operate behind the net.
Rendell checks his man off. Another loose puck. Cruising in McReynolds. Tilly, his shot is blocked off. And now with it is Kip Miller. Rendell in the slot. Can't control the bouncing puck. North Dakota still on top, 4-2. Kevin Miller. His 7th pass is stolen away. And clearing it down the ice is North Dakota. That's Miller's 25th of the year, but North Dakota still has that 2-goal lead at 4-2. Rendell at center ice to Miller. To Bobick now as the puck comes loose, but he can't clear the zone. Clement keeps it in. Miller in front again. Loose puck. Miller is tied up. No call by the referee, and it's a 3-on-2 for North Dakota. Bobick to Joyce. The quick wrister is wide. Joyce and Herkus. Herkus behind the net. Kip Miller bumps him off. 2:09 to go, second period. Excellent hockey game tonight at Joe Louis Arena. And the puck brought into the zone, and North Dakota fails to clear again. McReynolds. He's got Messier into the slot. Shabicki, no goal. Oh, what a save by Belfour on McReynolds.
Messier passed to Shabicki, and Shabicki took a look and saw McReynolds coming right in the slot. He gave it to McReynolds. McReynolds got away a good shot. Belfour went down and made the save. Previous to that, before the puck had gone on ice, the big save was made by Kidd. Here you'll see Messier to Shabicki, now to McReynolds. A quick shot. Balfour makes the save. But this crowd is alive again with that second goal of the night for Michigan State, scored by Kevin Miller.
Shabicki will take the face-off for the Spartans. He'll go against Malcolm Parks. Parks' goal at 15:05 made it 4-1 North Dakota, but Kevin Miller at 16:56 has drawn Michigan State back within hailing distance. Messier controls the face-off on his knees. The pass to Luongo. His shot is batted down. But Luongo dumps it back in. Yes, he does. Got two of almost cleared it, but not quite. Shibicki almost took the puck right off Belfour's stick. And the Fighting Sioux will clear it this time. Koborensky. He's got Parks on his right. He goes to the left wing to Doob. Doob can't control the bouncing puck. He's knocked off with 1:29 left. Who's puck in front and just wide is Koborensky. Coming from behind the net. Parks tries to lift it back in. Parks keeps it in. Puck is way up in the air and into the crowd with 1:18 to go in the period, and the action is fast and furious.
Well, that line has come out with two big shifts this period. Every time Michigan State scored a goal, Koborensky's come out with his line mates, Parks and Doob. One time they scored a goal, now they put on more pressure, alleviated the pressure State was putting on, and Gino Gasparini's telling his troops to keep going. Come on, we got to play better than we've been playing the last 4 or 5 minutes. We got to get out of this period with this 2-goal lead. Ron Mason looks very calm behind the bench.
Yeah, well, underdog is at home. His team playing with a lot of skill, but also a lot of emotion tonight. North Dakota came in as the favorite. Puck comes loose to center ice. Johnson wraps it behind the goal. It's Tilley picking it up for Michigan State. Spartans won the title last year, beating Harvard 6-5. The game on ESPN was played in Providence. Going for 2 in a row. Johnson for North Dakota over the stick of the goaltender Essenza. And that helped break up the centering pass. O'Toole gets it clear to center ice with 48 seconds left in the period. Cole leaves it for Arkelpay, and this is Clement. His shot. Falling to help make the save is Perrette. He interrupted the shot and sent it harmlessly to the corner. Puck is loose again. Herkus has his feet taken out from under him. No call. Loose puck again. North Dakota, it's Herkus on top of it. But Michigan State knocks it back in. Michigan State still with the puck. The pass into the slot for Danton Cole is broken up. Doing a nice job keeping the puck in was Tom Tilley with 15 seconds left in the period. Here comes North Dakota, one more chance. Joyce looking for Herkus in the slot. Clement breaks it up initially, and now Danton Cole with 7 seconds left in the period. That could be it for the second period. 3, 2, 1, and the second period is now history in the NCAA College Hockey Championships. And the crowd, both for North Dakota and Michigan State, on their feet, giving these players a standing ovation. All 17,000 plus. Blue, 2 goals for Michigan State, and a big goal for North Dakota. May turn out to be a big goal in this game.
Well, it looked like North Dakota had this game wrapped up in the first 10 minutes. They were complete control. They had a good lead. They were under no pressure. All of a sudden, Michigan State gets that 1 goal. The moment they got that, the crowd came alive. They put on continuous pressure. Then back comes North Dakota with a goal. It seemed to quiet things down, but all of a sudden, as soon as Kevin Miller got that wraparound goal, it's been Michigan State again. You know they're not dead. They've got the crowd behind them. They've got a confidence in their ability to score, and they've been putting on the pressure. They know that they're within striking distance now.
All right, our score after 2 periods from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. It's North Dakota 4, Michigan State 2. It ought to be a great third period. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
You could buy a $100,000 sweeper to clean up around your house.
Hey, look out, Marge! Are you driving? I'm coming through!
Sure, it cleans driveways and patios quickly and easily, but so does the Litter Critter from ShopVac. A revolutionary new way to clean dirt and debris from outdoor surfaces without electricity or batteries. And when you're finished, the Litter Critter stays out of your way.
You didn't buy that, Herbert? I'm not crazy! I leased it!
The Litter Critter, a sweeping improvement from ShopVac.
Even if you aren't an investor, the stock market can affect your business. So subscribe to the Wall Street Journal and profit from the market without investing anything more than the cost of a newspaper.
Call 800-372-3000 for this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-372-3000 now for the Wall Street Journal.
In Marysville, Ohio, it doesn't take much to draw a crowd.
Just up and died.
That's because Marysville is the home of Scott's Lawn Products.
Could have used some egostrial biosynthesis inhibitors.
So people understand how different Scott's products are.
And Trina is carrier bond and nitrogen.
So different, they're guaranteed. When all there is to do is watch the grass grow.
And the yard was only 2 years old.
You really get to know grass.
If you want to know, my throat is killing me. It's raw.
Mr. Wyatt is in for a nice surprise. With Chloroseptic spray, he's going to get incredibly fast sore throat relief.
I don't know.
Because doctor-recommended Chloraseptic goes to work right where you hurt. But how fast is it? Works so fast that Mr. Wyatt will start to feel relief.
Wow, it's,
before we finish this commercial.
The pain is disappearing.
And welcome back to Joe Louis Arena, everyone. After 2 periods, the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota, #1 team in the country, on top over Michigan State, but the Spartans narrowing the margin a bit. Should set up one heck of a third period of play as we fight for the national championship tonight. With me now, and I'm pleased to have him with me, Mr. Bill Biggin, Commissioner of the Central Collegiate Hockey Association. And the CCHA holds its tournament here at Joe Louis Arena. Michigan State won that tournament. It was an automatic bid to the NCAA, and you must be very pleased at the show they're putting on here tonight, although they're trailing, you're playing well.
Great show, but don't underestimate Michigan State, Tom. They'll be back in this game. But the electricity in this building is just incredible. It's, it's almost enough to light up the entire city of Detroit. It's a really exciting game.
It really is, and we got a record crowd here tonight, and this gets into the crux of what I want to talk with you about in our brief time together. College hockey is a tremendously exciting sport. How better can we market college hockey in the areas where it is popular and get crowds like this in big buildings more often?
Well, Tom, in terms of television exposure, national exposure, I just feel that college hockey is a sleeping giant. And what we've done this year, we've gone on the PASS network, and we've bicycled these broadcasts to very many cable companies across the country, and we feel that exposure is being sent back to us, and we feel that we'll be opening up other areas across the country, and we feel that college hockey is a marketable item, no question.
I know when I first started covering this tournament, Bill, there weren't a great deal of schools in the business of collegiate hockey at Division I, but Division I has really expanded over several years, and I think the exposure that the game has gotten on ESPN and other networks has helped.
Yes, well, as a matter of fact, they're playing great hockey up in Alaska, and they're playing great hockey down in San Diego, and, teams like Merrimack, and Notre Dame, of course, we're actively trying to get Notre Dame back in the CCHA where they belong. And I would say that right now there's about 10 to 12 Division I potential schools right on the horizon.
And it's nice to see, and I think one of the reasons that collegiate hockey is enjoying a modicum of growth year after year, the American kid who plays high school hockey now knows that there's a big place for him in the college game, and he can excel and either go pro or get a free education in terms of a scholarship.
No question. I mean, they're a little-known fact that not in the hockey circles, of course. Over 20% of the players in the NHL right now are former college players, and 10 years ago we couldn't say that 2% of them were, so we're making giant leaps in that regard.
I can tell that Detroit has gotten college hockey angry because with a blackout tonight, we've received a lot of calls from people around the city saying, why can't we see the game? So that means it's popular.
Oh, no question about it. And we have to have 4,000 to 8,000 people from Michigan State, and of course, the magnetism of it is that, the people from the Sioux and what have you, and the bands, it's just incredibly exciting, and the chemistry here is just outstanding. I just can't say enough superlatives to describe the feeling about it.
Bill, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck to the Central Collegiate Hockey Association, not only Michigan State, but a lot of other fine schools, and good luck for a good season, a more popularized season next year as we get to the championship game in Lake Placid. Maybe we'll even outdo this year.
Thank you, and thank you to ESPN for covering us, Tom.
Bill Biggin, the Commissioner of the Central Collegiate Hockey Association. Our score after 2 periods, North Dakota 4, Michigan State 2. What'll happen next? Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
This bud's for all that you do.
It could be any time now.
No, Bill had to leave. Can I help you?
A friend is counting on you.
Need copies by 4:30. I'll cover it for him. Not a word.
You keep on coming through, 'cause you make America work, and this bud's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This bud's for you.
Once Orrin gets on his Murray, you just can't pry him off. But don't you worry, our dinner reservations aren't till 9 anyway.
When you pay good money, you want a good mower. Murray mowers are as tough and dependable as they come. Cutting after cutting after cutting after cutting.
I believe he's leaving.
Maybe he's going to meet us at the restaurant.
I bet you're right.
At America's premier land-grant university, we've produced 5 Rhodes Scholars in 4 years, and the nation's most widely used anti-cancer drug. We're the home of the nation's Institute for Research on Teaching and the national superconducting cyclotron. We're proud to be the pioneers of the land-grant commitment serving people. On the banks of the Red Cedar, Michigan State University, East Lansing.
Well, the fans are here, the marching bands are here, the pom-pom girls are here, and some mighty talented hockey players are here. And we're still here. Tom Meades along with Lou Nanny. In our second intermission, North Dakota leading 4-2. But you get the feeling, Lou, that North Dakota had a really fine chance to close the show in that period after Park scored to make it 4-1. They didn't do it, and now we could have a great hockey game in the third period.
That's right. Actually, North Dakota won a 3-0, had a super opportunity, but Essenza made the save. And then at that point, Michigan State comes back, scores a goal. The crowd got into it. Michigan State put on pressure. North Dakota comes back and scores that goal. It looks like Michigan State should die. They don't. They get another goal. And North Dakota was hanging at the end. But Michigan State has definitely got to continue to forecheck the way they did the last 10 minutes and use the body the way they did. They can't allow North Dakota to freewheel. North Dakota's got a better skating team, and they got a good puck handling team. But when Michigan State used that size and strength effectively the way they did the last 10 minutes, they're giving North Dakota fits.
If you're Gino Gasparini, what do you tell your club coming in with a 2-goal lead?
You got to move the puck quickly, move it out of the zone quicker. Where they were controlling Michigan State, they were coming out with ease in the first 30 minutes. They weren't able to get bottled up at all because Michigan State wasn't forechecking as well or as aggressively. When Michigan State starts to do that, that's creating the opportunities for State, especially Shibicki's line. Shibicki, Messi, and McReynolds had 2 excellent shifts, and that was through their forechecking.
All right, there were 3 goals scored in that second period. We'll come back to take a look at them in a moment. Our score after 2, North Dakota 4, Michigan State 2. Lou and I will be back here at Joe Louis Arena in just a moment.
If you're a businessman or woman with the brains, drive, and desire to run a growing company, Inc., the magazine for growing companies, invites you to call now for a free copy of its Guide to Small Business Success. Here's a special report packed with the kind of hard-nosed, how-to business savvy you find in every issue of Inc. That's INC, period. And the Guide to Small Business Success is yours free just for subscribing to Inc. at the money-saving trial rate of $18 for 1 full year. Then each month, you'll profit from Inc.'s special brand of hands-on management advice, facts, news, and ideas that quickly get down to business, plus insights into the business news straight from the men and women who make it news. So call today for 12 monthly issues of Inc. and Inc.'s Guide to Small Business Success free. That's 800-445-4200. What's more, as a special bonus, you'll get this handsome Inc. soft briefcase free with your paid order. Inc. magazine pays for the call. Toll free 800-445-4200.
Hi, honey, I'm home. Ooh, I like the way it looks.
I'll be finished soon.
Oh, good. Look, I bought you some new fishing clothes.
Hey, those are nice. Thanks. In fact, I'll wear them this afternoon.
From work to weekends, Dickies are America's favorite work clothes, made with Celanese Fortrel polyester.
It's important to me to be in control, and I want control over my IRA, to move in and out of my investments as I think best. That's why I have my IRA at Charles Schwab, the discount broker. I like knowing I can switch between investments at any time, as often as I like, and never pay a penalty. I'd recommend the Charles Schwab IRA.
To get your free booklet on the one IRA for all your investment needs, call now 800-652-2300. That's 800-652-2300.
4-2 North Dakota, Lou, and the Fighting Sioux came into that second period with a 3-0 lead. Michigan State was imperative that they cut into that margin before trailing by 4 goals and risking a blowout, and they did at 8 minutes 30 seconds. It was Tilley.
Tilley just puts a shot on the net. He takes a quick wrist shot after getting a pass out from McReynolds. He goes all the way out to the point. Tilley just wants to get it near the net. He knows Messie's there, but the goalie's being screened, and a quick wrist shot beats him on the short side, the glove side, as you see Kidd come in front of him, or Benson, and Messier from the other side.
Now North Dakota came back on a goal by Parks, Malcolm Parks at 15:05. Koborinsky with it.
Koborinsky spots Parks coming off the bench, and this is a line change. Even though the puck's bouncing, Parks gets his stick on it right there and pushes it by Essenza. Parks had just come off on a line change at the end of a penalty. Koborinsky waited for him behind the net and got it out. Now watch Kevin Miller in the third goal come right around the net and wrap it in. Balfour's falling away, and he really didn't have a chance to use his stick. He should have tried to at least hit Miller coming around with his stick. Miller did circle far enough away that he might not have got hit, but he didn't bother him at all. And as Miller wraps around, Balfour's falling down and he slid it under his arm.
So the scoring summary, second period, Tilley from the Reynolds and Messier for Michigan State at 8:30. Parks from Kulberensky at 15:05 for North Dakota. And it was Kevin Miller unassisted at 16:56. The shots on goal in the period, 8 for Michigan State, 9 for North Dakota. And North Dakota is out shooting Michigan State, all told, 17-10. As the cheerleaders from the University of North Dakota are entertaining the crowd as the Fighting Sioux come on the ice to begin the third period. Tonight's championship game of college ice hockey being brought to you by Bud Light, the light beer with the first name in taste. Everything else is just a light. And by Nike. The record crowd of over 17,000, 17,644 to be exact, in anticipation. And you know, as I look down in the crowd, Lou, it's hard to tell where the North Dakota people are and the Michigan State people are because they're exactly the same color scheme.
Well, you can pretty well just guess if you look somewhere at Michigan State fans. You've got 17,000 in here, 16,000 cheering for State.
That's quite a home ice advantage. By the way, in the third place game this afternoon, the Golden Gophers of Minnesota defeated Harvard 6-3, so Minnesota finishes third and Harvard finishes fourth.
Minnesota bounced back after 12 hours in a very physical game with Michigan State last night to put on quite a performance, winning 6-3. They came out, Harvard had such an excellent season, and they've got a quick team, but Minnesota didn't want to be denied. They came back this afternoon with an excellent effort, having to bounce back. The consolation game's tough to play the second day, 12 hours after you lose, especially when you lose on a heartbreak like Minnesota did on that fluke goal in the third period.
As Gino Gasparini gets his team ready, gets his thoughts together, I know you won't brag, but I'll mention it. Your son Marty had a goal for Minnesota today.
Well, it's got to be a thrill for him to score, especially in the NCAA tournament, but Minnesota got a fine performance from their whole club and won a very convincing game 6-3 over Harvard.
Gino Gasparini, along with his thoughts, as his team circles around goaltender Ed Belfour. Off to our right, to the left, the Michigan State team has already taken their seats on the bench. Bob Essenzo played, I thought, an excellent second period in goal, keeping his team in the game.
He seemed more in control that second period. He was standing his ground better. He had to make the key save of the period. When they were behind 3-0, North Dakota had the best chance of that period to that point, and Essenzo made the save. Michigan State was able to score a couple minutes later. Having been down, had they been down 4-0, it would be much tougher to come back. That would have probably been deflating for Michigan State.
An exciting third period of hockey is about to get underway. It's the national championship game of the NCAA Collegiate Ice Hockey Tournament, the 40th edition. Live from Joe Louis Arena, I'm Tom Means with Lou Nanny. We're proud that you could join us. We hope you're enjoying this action. What great action it is.
Michigan State now going the way they started the second period. They're going power against power. Shabicki's line replaces Miller's line to go against Herkus. They were successful in the second period, generating a goal, and Ron Mason decides to go that way again. It doesn't look like there will be any other line matchups. At least there wasn't in the second period after he made that one switch.
Face off by Herkus and Shabicki. The referee drops the puck, and away we go. North Dakota's Joyce controls it and sends it on into the zone behind the net. This is McSween for Michigan State. McSween sends it off the boards and all the way down into the North Dakota zone. Icing is waved off, so the goaltender Belfour has to come out and play the puck for North Dakota. Joyce to Herkus. Off Joyce's stick. Herkus back for it, but this is Shabicki for Michigan State. Shabicki on the right wing looking to center the puck. A nice poke check by Murray Barron of North Dakota. Stealing the puck, McReynolds in front. Messier has two jousts at the goal, but Belfour held his ground.
Belfour stood right there, and Messier got a backhand shot and another shot at it. Wasn't able to beat him. A good move by Belfour not to leave that post.
Again, icing waved off as Michigan State goes back to get the puck behind their own net. Messier sends it in, and the Spartans will get a line change. This is Rendell. Rendell has it hop over his stick. Johnson looks it out to center ice for North Dakota, looking for Herkus. Herkus is onside. To Krumpetich. Krumpetich gets around the defense. This is Johnson, his shot, and the save, a loose puck in front. Essenza gave up the puck in the slot. Johnson sends it around, kept in by Lemoyne. Back to Johnson of North Dakota. Johnson looking for a man in the slot. Can't find anyone now. He wheels around. He's in the slot, but he's poke-checked away. And here comes Michigan State. This is Kevin Miller. who got the last Spartan goal. Miller's pass to no one as no one was breaking in. Without a stick now, they're going to play on the puck is Steve Johnson.
An excellent move by Steve Johnson. He has no stick, so he goes to get the puck and pass it to his teammate, knowing the referee has to blow the whistle because it was a hand pass. Steve Johnson, good presence of mind there. The crowd's yelling at him, but he had lost his stick back in the offensive zone, came all the way back, and when he got to the puck, he told the guy, let me touch it, let me touch it. He saw his defenseman back off, and he passed it right to him.
So the faceoff will come to the right of the goaltender Belfour in the North Dakota nets. 18:36 left in regulation time. We say that now because should Michigan State come back to tie, there would be a sudden death overtime. But North Dakota is in control with that 2-goal lead. Parks is in the faceoff circle for the Sioux against Miller. North Dakota comes away with it. University of North Dakota, this is Mike Lemoyne breaking up ice to Doob. Doob has it now. Wilkinson will try and check him off the puck and does so. Wilkinson in the corner. Back to Miller. This is Rendell. Rendell gets it out of the zone. North Dakota has to come out and regroup. Lifting it in for the Fighting Sioux is Krumpetich. But Wilkinson is back behind his own net, and out comes Michigan State. This is Kevin Miller. Make that Kip Miller. Miller's bumped off the puck by Tom Benson, and the puck is cleared. Sometimes when Kevin and Kip skate up and down the ice, their uniforms get wrinkled. The 8 and 9 look alike.
Well, the one difference, though, is Kevin's a right-hand shot, Kip's left.
You would pick that up immediately. Me, it takes a while. I got to get used to it. All right, here comes North Dakota, charging out of the zone. Nakanekne is upended. Puck loose in the zone. This is Kidd going back for it. Michigan State trying to put some pressure on with their forechecking. Puck comes loose again, but it is cleared out of the zone. This is Bowen for North Dakota. Bowen breaks in. Back pass to Paranika. Paranika has it bounced off his stick. Back to center ice we go.
The puck's not sliding very well. You can still see some water on the ice. It's so hot, and it hasn't really tightened up yet.
Nakanekne is at the goal line. Sends one in on a bad angle. Hits the side of the net. And thought I heard a whistle, but no. Play continues on. I thought the puck was out of sight of the referee, and he blew it down, but he did not. This is Danton Cole. Cole is bumped off by Lemoyne of North Dakota. Back to center ice to Luongo. O'Toole. 16:55 left in the third period. North Dakota, Herkis has it. He'll wind up and shoot, and a stick save and a beauty by the goaltender Essenson. A quality shot.
What a beauty that was. Herkis with a quick move back to his forehand. Essenson now moves up to cut the angle, and the shot came, and it came very quickly. What a save by Essenson. You see Tony Herkis, the Hobey Baker winner. Watch this. He lets fly with a good shot, and it's got to be an excellent save by Essenson to keep the puck out of the net.
Hobey Baker Award winner Tony Herkis of the University of North Dakota. You know, for the last 6 years, the Hobey Baker winner has not been on the national title team. I told him that. He goes, gee, thanks, I needed that.
Yeah, that's probably on his mind right now. This is the largest crowd ever to watch the NCAA Division I Ice Hockey Championship here tonight.
Tilly behind the Michigan State net. Puck loose at center ice. And Michigan State knocks it ahead into the zone. Going after it was Tilly. Near the blue line, it comes loose to center ice, and Herkis goes for it, but he can't catch up to the puck. Now Herkis has it, gives to Joyce. Joyce tries to get around to the fence, but Clement does a nice job. Bob Joyce goes back for North Dakota. Again, Clement comes by to poke check the puck away. But this is Herkis. Herkis wheels and deals. He's taken down, no penalty. Bobick hits the side of the net with a drive. Clement doing a nice job. This is Herkis again, or rather Joyce. Joyce to the slot. The shot by Herkis, no. Joyce controls it to the backhand. It's blocked in front by Shibicki. Michigan State under a lot of pressure here, and they'll ice the puck to relieve the pressure. Icing will be the call. 15:45 left to go in the third period. We'll break for a commercial message. Our score, 4-2 in favor of the Fighting Sioux.
It was so simple. Really, a direct electrical charge here heats up the carbonized filament here, which in turn excites the gases trapped in here. And voila!
Well, it's very nice, Thomas. But I wanted a Bud Light.
If you want the great taste of Bud Light, ask for it.
Don't feel bad, Thomas. It's not a complete loss.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
you see that young lady in the green sweater? Could she be a Michigan State fan praying for divine intervention?
Or a North Dakota fan praying that the clock goes quicker.
15:48 left to go. Face-off control by Davidson in North Dakota. A quick shot by Johnson. A good save by Essinger. Loose puck again, and this is Gibson of Michigan State. He'll start a rush up the ice. Gibson to Gerhoff. Off the youngster from Norway. Shoots it in innocently behind the net. This is Beadle. He's on there. But loses control to Ian Kidd. McSween pinching in from the blue line. Gerhoff keeps it in for Michigan State. And Beadle will go after it. He'll pick it up for the Spartans. Along the boards, North Dakota cannot clear. Luongo sends it in. Deflects off a defenseman to the boards. Again, it's loose, and this time Ian Kidd does clear the puck with 15:12 left in the third period. 4-2 North Dakota. Michigan State Spartans, Chris Luongo behind his own net. Rather, McSween, I'm sorry, Don McSween gives to Steve Beadle. Puck comes loose to center ice for Lemoyne, has it for North Dakota. Davidson onside will chase it to the corner, but he will not get there first. It's Luongo of Michigan State. Kept in the zone. The shot is a glove save. The shot was taken by North Dakota's Tom Benson with 14:45 left.
The pair of sixes, Luongo for State and Benson for North Dakota, both very effective in this tournament. Physical players, right-hand shot. They like to move in on the play. They've scored goals. They are really solid pieces of the hockey club. And Ronnie Mason right now, hoping that he can get someone to generate another goal. His team came on the last couple of shifts. They have to start putting more pressure on North Dakota.
Teams taking a little extra time to line up for the face-offs here, and why not? They've got to be exhausted in a very warm building tonight, and especially Michigan State's case, they did play last night. Although, let's point out that during the season, these teams play on back-to-back Friday and Saturday night.
And the crowd's enthusiasm is certainly with Michigan State and somewhat infectious for them. They don't look very tired right now. They're skating every bit as well as North Dakota this period.
Intercepting the pass is Kip Miller. Miller with the snap shot. The wrist shot goes high and wide of the goal. This is Rendell for Michigan State. He loses control of the puck, and Benson is back for North Dakota. Up to Malcolm Parks. He'll take a hard hit. The puck is kept onside in the zone by Michigan State. Kevin Miller will go back for it behind the net. He's got Rendell in the slot. Kevin Miller is bothered, though, so he'll get it back to Wilkinson, who winds up. It's well wide in front. Oh! And a great chance in front by Kip Miller. Michigan State still with it. This is Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller behind the net. He's tied up by Lemoyne. He's on his knees. Tries the centering pass, loose puck. And North Dakota is there. Scott Duve has it, and a 2-on-2. Duve loses control, and Wilkinson comes back for Michigan State. Wilkinson gets around Herkis. Kip Miller almost carried in on a 2-on-1. Puck comes loose to center ice. Mavic takes a hard hit, and this is Kevin Miller. Now it's Arkelpane, the hero of Friday night against Minnesota. Arkelpane locks it in behind the net. Michigan State will get a quick line change with 13:25 left to go. 4-2 North Dakota. Joyce over the blue line, but back comes the Spartans. It's Wilkinson. A little bouncing puck, and I'll tell you, those can be dangerous. Belfort closed the pads, took no chances.
Michigan State was in sustained pressure, had a great chance by Kip Miller. Wilkinson shot from the point, it missed on the short side, and those boards, so lively, that puck came right back out quickly to Kip Miller. Belfort there, moved to his right just in time. It looked like Kip Miller was going to get the goal. Here's a shot off the backboards, real lively boards, off the backboards. Look at Kip Miller, he knew where to stand. They're more accustomed to these boards, and he got a good chance there, but Belfort beat him. Look at Kevin Miller holding on to that puck. He's trying to come out front like he did before when he scored the goal.
He was on his knees making a centering pass. That is persistence. Danton Cole knocks the puck in back of the North Dakota net. Spartans doing a good job putting pressure on North Dakota. Cole tried to deflect a weak shot on goal. Goes behind the net for it. Ian Kidd clears it away, but it's kept in by O'Toole of Michigan State. The Fighting Sioux do clear this time, as Koborensky knocks it to center, and Michigan State fires it right back in the person of Danton Cole, and Arkelpane has a shot at it in the corner. Arkelpane and Kidd bump, and Koborensky is there for the Fighting Sioux. Scott Duve comes back to help him out. He'll lift a high fly ball to center field that'll bounce at the red line.
You can tell the way North Dakota's playing now. They're playing very defensive and laid back. They're just throwing the puck out. They're not generating any offense, not coming up the ice with any plays at all.
Michigan State, of course, behind the 8 ball. Even though they got the crowd and emotion on their side, they're down by 2 goals. That's the real world. And the pressure is still all on the dark green jerseys. This is Parent for North Dakota, shadowed by Shabicki. Parent gets it, and it's onside. This is Bobick, the backhand. He scores! North Dakota! Brent Bobick on a beautiful move and a great pass.
How do you alleviate pressure with a goal? And Parent makes that pass. Actually, he was trying to hit 20 Bobick at center ice, or Joyce at center ice. He misses Joyce, and Bobick was on the blue line behind Joyce, and he got it and got a breakaway. Watch this. He's passing to Joyce right there. He missed him, but there comes Bobick off the bench, and he gets the pass. Bing, he's in on net. Good move, and watch the reaction he gives.
Well, he's not the same kind of player at all, but with that arm swing, he looked like Tiger Williams doing his dance after a goal.
A big goal for North Dakota. Michigan State was just putting on continued pressure and had nothing to show for it.
And Michigan State has to be a little bit deflated now. Luongo lifts the puck over the glass. We'll have another face-off at center ice. 11:58 to go now, and North Dakota firmly in control. Brent Bobick scores at 7:54. The assist to number 17, Russ Parent. Gino Gasparini, I saw him in the elevator before the game. I said, teed up for the big one, coach. He says, well, it's a big game, but just a little bigger than some of the others I've had. He was cool as a cucumber.
Well, he's won some national championships, so I'm sure he was more concerned for his team than he was for himself.
Once again, we're seeing how hard it is to repeat. In Michigan State's case, they're the defending national champs. Here comes North Dakota again. Joyce straight in, behind the defense. Essenza with an excellent play to check the puck off the stick.
Essenza had to steal that puck because Joyce had the whole net. Had he not been able to steal that puck from him, Joyce would have had a wide open net.
Bob Joyce, I am really impressed with that young man. This tournament, and this one, Herkus ain't bad either, let me tell you. Tony Herkus, he's body checked into the boards by Luongo. Luongo takes a hit now from Crumpetich behind his own net. Time is really wasted now for Michigan State. 11 minutes, 5 seconds to go, and they're down by 3 goals.
Michigan State will start gambling. You can expect their defensemen to pitch and people to take more chances than they normally would. They need a goal as this clock is winding down.
Kip Miller in the corner fighting for control, but North Dakota, boy, their legs look fresh now, don't they, after that goal? Steve Johnson lugs it into the zone, but Kip Miller steals it back.
That goal has given North Dakota some jump. They certainly didn't have it the first 10 minutes of this period.
Barron behind his own net, up to Johnson. Kip Miller breaks in. This is Bruce Rendell going for it. Kevin Miller had a big goal in this game for Michigan State. Make it 4-2 at the time. Shot by Hamilton from the point well wide. Rebound comes out. Another blast from the point by Wilkinson. You're going to see a lot of that, I think, from now on from Michigan State.
North Dakota's watching. They might get the opportunity to get a 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 break because Michigan State's going to have to gamble somewhat, and they'll be taking chances to stay in that zone.
Kevin Miller is offside. And with 10:03 to go in the third period, our score in the national title game, North Dakota 5, Michigan State 2. Back in a moment.
You're invited to the UND alumni. In Marysville, Ohio, about all there is to do is watch the grass grow.
Looks good this year. Yep.
Coincidentally, Marysville is the home of Scott's Lawn Products.
Must be the Tri-Nice Carrier molecular bonding process.
Which explains Scott's superior technology.
Could be the shark chain polymer nitrogen. Gordon?
Well, we had a lot of rain.
When all there is to do is watch the grass grow, you really get to know grass.
Take another look at Brent Bobick's goal. It's a good move to his backhand. He came in, gave the goaltender Essence a little shift and put it by him to the 5-2 lead with 10:03 to go in the third period.
Going the puck, take it away, and tuck it in. That's what he did with 10:03 to go. Face-off just inside the Michigan State zone. North Dakota controls, but Tilly comes up with it for Michigan State. 9:57 to go. Might as well be an hourglass up there on the scoreboard for Michigan State because time running out grain of sand by grain of sand for the Spartans. Benson picks it up for North Dakota to Koborensky. Koborensky is bodied pretty good by Clement. This is Dube in the corner for the Fighting Sioux. Arkelpin tries to take him off his feet, and he does. Michigan State picks it up. To center ice we go. Danton Cole. Cole on the right wing. Tries to get around the defense. Does so. Nice control with one hand. Cole with a pass. but nobody home in the slot for Michigan State, and here comes Benson. Benson just lost it in, and North Dakota gets on some fresh troops, and Zub, oh, by the way, almost hit the far post. He's sending a shot in on net. Hey, why not?
Well, North Dakota with that line of Dub, Kuberinsky, and Parks has really been a big asset to them tonight. Every time a team Michigan State was coming back to put pressure on, they'd come out and give North Dakota Fighting Sioux a little bit of spark and some jumps, something that they were lacking at different parts of the second and third period here.
Joyce and McReynolds jousting for the puck in the corner. Bob Joyce. What an effort by that young man as he helped keep control of it. McReynolds finally takes it away, and Herkus is in there. Now it's Joyce again. His shot is blocked by the stick of defenseman Luongo. 8:33 and the clock running, and the North Dakota fans can taste it now. This is Mitch Messier of Michigan State. The slap shot just wide to the right. A nice low shot from that far out. That's always dangerous because they can be deflected very easily. McReynolds can't control it in the corner. North Dakota dumps it out again. And icing will be the call on the Fighting Sioux with 8:12 to go, and the faceoff will be in North Dakota's zone. Michigan State got to get on the board next couple minutes, Lou.
They have to shoot the puck more. Every opportunity they get now to shoot that puck on the net, they've got to put it there. They don't know how the puck's going to go in, but it can't go in unless you're shooting it, and that's something that they're going to have to do more often. As soon as they get in the scoring position, don't look to pass. Don't look for someone in a better position. Make sure you get that puck on the net. Hope it goes in. If it doesn't, go for the rebound, but drive to the net. Continue to drive to the net. North Dakota, in the meantime, they're going to be picking up their men, close those passing lanes, leave nobody open, force everything wide. You have nothing to do with it, freeze it. Otherwise, get the puck out of the zone and keep it out of there.
Wilkinson and Davidson will be the face-off artist in the circle to the right of Ed Belfour. Puck comes loose. Wilkinson tried to kick it to the point, but it's knocked out of the zone. Tilly has it now for Michigan State. Behind the net he goes with 8:03 left. A lot of rugged hitting in there. Benson just leveled, or the Gibson just leveled somebody for North Dakota. 4 players 5 foot along the boards. Uh-oh, we could have some high sticks here. Gibson is at it again after the whistle.
You're going to have a couple penalties here, too. Gibson came in after the whistle with a hard check, and you're going to see a penalty here.
Well, we'll have the penalty situation for you when we come back. 7:53 left. Our score, North Dakota 5, Michigan State 2.
Domino's Pizza delivers quality. It takes fresh-baked quality to avoid the Noid. We keep the Noid out and all the quality in, so avoid the Noid. Call Domino's Pizza now for hot quality pizza. Domino's Pizza delivers.
Well, 2 minutes, Manitoba boys in the penalty box. Don Gibson with a late hit coming in, and then Lee Davidson with roughing. Both going to the penalty box. They have 4 and 4.
Of course, there's coincidental minors, and you're right, Lou. In college hockey, unlike the NHL anymore, it is 4 on 4. Lots of open ice out there, and this is Tilly for Michigan State. Puck goes into the crowd. We'll have a face-off. You know, North Dakota bidding for its 5th national title. The Fighting Sioux won in 1959 and 63. Also in 80 and 82 under Gino Gasparini, that man. And he's had them to the Final 4 in 5 of the last 9 seasons.
There's quite a few good hockey players come through there, too. He's an excellent recruiter. He's got a good program. What a hockey club he's got here tonight.
Young man is now playing in the NHL. Phil Sykes, I recall, in I believe it was 1982, had a heck of a tournament. He's just one of many that have come through Gasparini's program in North Dakota. 7:24 to go. Minute and a half left on the coincidental minor penalties. And here comes Wilkinson of Michigan State. Wilkinson gets around Ian Kidd, gets around the linesman. It's onside, and he'll pursue the puck behind the net. Mitch Messier going back for it. This is Shabicki in the corner. Messier's got some room for a second. And now Herkus is in there to bother him and knocks the puck away, and Murray Barron will clear the zone.
And that's what North Dakota will try and do, continue to just clear the zone.
Wilkinson's drive is a stick save by Belfour. Back to the point. McSween to Wilkinson. He's going to wind up again. He gets it over the face-off circle. Not controlling the puck and getting the shot on goal was Shibicki, and then you had Messier right in front, and he had a chance and couldn't lift the puck up.
Quite a play by Wilkinson. Everybody coming towards him. He feeds it across ice to Shibicki. Shibicki sees Messier in front, passes it across, and Messier right there has 2 chances at it, but Balfour beats him, and the score remains 5-2 for North Dakota. Here's a pass across by Shibicki, 1 deflection by Messier, another shot there. He couldn't get it up and over the outstretched pad of Balfour.
Now the Michigan State faithful, some 16,000 plus here, starting to wend their way toward the exits, but a lot of them are standing in the aisleways. They haven't given up hope. They figure if Michigan State can get a quick goal, anything can happen. But they've got to strike in a hurry, do the Spartans, or else the Fighting Sioux are going to dethrone Michigan State and win the national championship.
Well, State has to put on more pressure. They got to continue this gamble now. 6:37 remaining. Any chance they got at the puck, 50-50 or you're even less. 46, you go for that puck. You look at Scott Dube, a very tenacious checker for North Dakota.
Dube from Park River, North Dakota. He is a junior, 5'10", 180-pounder, and he does hit. Lemoyne, defenseman for North Dakota, takes the puck to center ice. Dube knocks it in, but Lemoyne was in the zone, so it's offside and a face-off back at center ice with 35 seconds left in the dual minor penalties.
You wouldn't expect Lemoyne to do that. A defenseman right now with a 3-goal lead, once he got the red line, don't be carrying the puck. Just put it in the zone, keep it ahead. No chances to turn it over and get your teammates caught with only 1 man back. Defensemen should just put that puck in the zone right now unless they have a clear opening to go.
Koborensky thrown out of the face-off circle by the linesman, so Scott Dube will come in to take his place against McReynolds, and McReynolds wins the face-off for the Spartans with 6:25 to go. Michigan State a long way to come. They trail North Dakota 5-2, and it's looking good for the Fighting Sioux. In the state of North Dakota, their loyal fans up there have to be quite happy right now. Benson sends it in on Essence of the goaltender. Where Michigan State and Koborensky is there to forecheck. North Dakota puts on some more pressure, but Tilley survives it. Tilley gets it up to McReynolds. Here he comes in over the line. McReynolds to the face-down circle, tries to get around Benson. Stopped short, and Benson will have the puck for a moment. Stanton Cole now has it for Michigan State. Cole has an opening, skates around. Can he get his stick down? No, they tied him up. We're going to have a whistle by the referee, and I believe the face-off...
Man was in the crease, so the face-off will come outside.
Wasn't quite clear on the official signal. Boy,
Denver's getting a little short right now as they're going towards the bench. We see Dan Cole coming out of the corner, but look in front of the net. McReynolds just standing on the doorstep, and not only him, even Sean Clement came in there.
Now, McReynolds is going to say, hey, Benson is holding me in there.
Well, then Clement came in anyway without any help, so the faceoff comes outside.
So the faceoff is on the dot right outside the North Dakota zone, and it's looking better with every tick of the clock for the Fighting Sioux. You're watching the National Championship of Collegiate Hockey, the NCAA Tournament Final, right here on ESPN from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. Hope you've enjoyed this game tonight as much as Lou and I have enjoyed bringing it to you. We still have 5.5 minutes to go. Pitching in is Kevin Miller. Checks the North Dakota boy off the puck. That was Barron he was checking. And now he'll go over and hit Ian Kidd, just for good measure, and the puck finally is lifted out of the North Dakota zone. Luongo makes the catch at the red line. Bounces it down. And now North Dakota, the Fighting Sioux, sending it into the zone, icing his waves off. Oh, nice check in front there by Luongo. He got Nakanekne pretty good for North Dakota. This is Gear Hoff. He's over the line, onside. Hoff loses his footing. And we'll have a whistle and a frozen puck and a face-off with 4:59 left in regulation.
Well, Gerhoff just couldn't quite control that puck to get it over the blue line, but he gets a whistle, and that's something Michigan State needed anyway. They've got to come back with a scoring line, and that they do. They got Shibicki, McReynolds, and Messier. You'll see a lot of them the rest of the way.
So the face-off just on top of the circle. Shibicki and Herkis just above the circle, I should say, and the puck comes to center ice to Wilkinson. Wilkinson lofting it in behind the net. Brent goes for the puck to Lemoyne. Michigan State desperately trying to keep the puck in the North Dakota zone, but Bob Joyce does his job again. Along the boards, and he clears it into the zone. North Dakota now trying to put some pressure on. Herkis with the puck, sends it back, but here's Wilkinson. They got, that's right, number 11, Wilkinson. Carries in for Michigan State. And sending it right back out again is Lemoyne. Puck is knocked in again, and it's offside. Michigan State. And a face-off with 4:24 to go. You're going to see a lot of offsides in this situation where North Dakota's just trying to clear it out of there, and Michigan State's trying to make a human wave attack.
North Dakota staying very balanced. Every time they have a defenseman move up, they've got a wing or center that falls back. If they have a forechecker on one side, the other man just stays in his territory. They're not getting caught in any area where they're outmanned, and that's something you have to do with a 3-goal lead. Just take care of your own zone, stay balanced. Don't get caught where you're getting outmanned because you've got the lead. There's no need to gamble here.
Michael Payne and Parks mixing it up in front of the North Dakota bench. Again, the puck is frozen, and another face-off with 4:18 to go. North Dakota continues with a lead.
This line up there for North Dakota right now is tenacious checkers. There's some people that if Michigan State doesn't watch can counter and scoring you very quickly.
Cole and Kovarensky facing it off. Cole knocks it ahead, but North Dakota comes up with it. And Ian Kidd over to Parks. Parks knocks it behind the Michigan State net. In the corner. Spartans Danton Cole with it. Cole sends it ahead for Arkle Payne, but Ian Kidd covers up very nice for North Dakota. Kidd held in at the point by Michigan State, and now Danton Cole looking for somebody open. Arkle Payne breaks for the slot. Cole can't get him the pass. Cole still fighting for it. This is Arkle Payne. Arkle Payne's pass is intercepted by Scott Doob. Doob to Kovarensky, back to Parks. Parks and Clement in the corner, and Parks will just skate away as North Dakota appears, unless the roof caves in on them, to be skating towards the national championship with only 3.5 minutes to go and a 3-goal lead. 5-2 our score. We'll be back for the rest of the action here tonight from Joe Louis Arena in just a moment.
When my new sales manager told me that I had to stay at a Econo Lodge, I was not happy. Because I'm a Ramada Inn, Howard Johnson's kind of guy. I was so worried about what I'd find here, I even brought my own towels. But no problem. An Econo Lodge room is just like those other rooms, except it's about $15 a night less on the average. Got the same nice bed, same nice phone, same nice color TV. And look at this. Great towels.
Econo Lodge. Spend a night, not a fortune.
You're looking at the North Dakota band, and across from that band, loyal group of folks from the state of North Dakota, very proud people, very proud of their hockey team. During that whole commercial timeout, gave their team a standing ovation. And here comes North Dakota again. This is Johnson. Johnson stopped short. Looks for a man on the slot. It is Davidson. And a nice save by Essenza.
Davidson shot right off that pass. It was a great save by Essenza.
Here is Kevin Miller from Michigan State, and a stick save by Belfour goes over the glass in the crowd. So Essenza was called upon to make a great save. It probably wouldn't have saved the game with the 3-goal deficit, but a nice effort just the same.
What a shot by Lee Davidson off the pass, and then coming right back down ice. Kevin Miller with his brother Kip. You see the shot by Davidson right there off the pass, and he's coming right down the ice. That's Kip Miller, number 9. He gets it ahead to Kevin, and he comes right back in, and Kevin got a good shot away, and Balfour had to come back with a good arm save.
3 minutes, 7 seconds separating the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota from national championship number 5 in their storied hockey history in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Puck loose at center ice, and this is Brent Bobick. Bobick had the first goal of Thursday night's game for the Fighting Sioux against the Crimson of Harvard. Again, the consolation game today for 3rd and 4th place. Minnesota defeated Harvard 6-3 this afternoon. Behind the net, the puck is loose. This is Ian Kidd fighting for it. Also, there is Mitch Messier in front. The goaltender Belfour is being besieged. In front is in the crease now, and Belfour has to cover it up. Mitch Messier getting checked after the whistle. And Belfour looks up at him. What do you suppose he's telling him?
I've already got the puck. There's no use pushing me. The whistle's gone. But in the corner, we got McReynolds getting somewhat upset, and it looks like Murray Barron with him.
I think you paraphrased those remarks, didn't you?
Somewhat. You see Herkus talking to Belfour there. Just tell him, keep freezing it. If you don't see anybody around helping you, just make sure you get a whistle. We got the lead. Don't give it away.
2 minutes, 27 seconds as Ron Mason looks on. Boy, the Spartans have had a very fine year, though, Lou. They've 32-9-2 coming into the tournament, the CCHA tournament, which they won. And by winning that, made them 32-9-2, I should say. So an excellent year, over 30 wins for Michigan State.
And they had to beat some tough teams to get here. Bowling Green in their conference, they beat them in the championship here. Then they had to beat Maine, who's had a superb season. Then they had to beat Minnesota last night, that gave them fits.
Arkle Payne in the corner for Michigan State, trying desperately now to get on the board, and the 3 quick goals. It's going to take a miracle now, and here's North Dakota with the puck. That is Benson to Dube. Now with it at center ice, this is Malcolm Parks. He's bumped off by Clement. Parks, though, continues to carry on in. The backhand to Kovarensky in the corner. Kovarensky and Arkle Payne meet there. Puck is frozen in the corner. We'll have another face-off with 2:02 to go in the third period.
North Dakota firmly in control, very confident with the puck. They're coming up ice, dumping it in, changing lines quickly, making sure they got fresh people out in the ice. Tired person can hurt you, and right now there's no need for North Dakota to make any mistakes. You don't have to gamble. Make sure you're fresh. Change them every 30 seconds or so, and have someone out there that's got a lot of enthusiasm and intensity so that they can battle for that puck.
Only goal of this period by North Dakota's Brent Bobick at 7:54 that broke the momentum Michigan State had going and made it 5-2 in favor of the Fighting Sioux, and that's the way it stayed with 1:50 to go now. Coming up ice for Michigan State is Sean Clement. Clement has it batted back in the zone. Clement behind the net to Tilley. Tilley back to Clement. 1:38 left to go in the game. Unani will be talking with some of the principals for the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota after this game. Kevin Miller. Centering pass in front to Kip Miller. He scores! Kip Miller! There's life in the Spartans yet. Kevin Miller to Kip Miller in front with 1:26 left. 5-3 is the score now. Kip Miller with the goal. He was standing in the slot. Let's take another look at it. Number 8, Kevin Miller, to his brother Kip. Rendell screening in front. And Belfour couldn't stop it. Another angle now. Another look at this goal. There's 8. Kevin Miller back to Kip Miller. And you saw Rendell providing the screen. So it's 5-3 with 1:26 to go. You got to watch and see where Michigan State will pull its goaltender Bob Essenza, if indeed Ron Mason elects to, and why not? You're battling for the national title. Miller, Kip Miller from Kevin Miller at 18:34. So the Michigan State Spartans showing to have a lot of guts and drive and pride, not giving up at all. They need 2 goals in a hurry, though, with 1:08 to go. But they're going to give it the effort. You can be sure of that. Meanwhile, putting the puck over the boards to stop play with 1:01 to go for North Dakota is Murray Barron. And Essenza looks over at Coach Ron Mason, wanting to know when he can come to the bench. Now, the face-off will be at center ice. So as soon, I would expect as soon as the puck gets into the North Dakota zone that Essenza would skate away. We'll see what happens. Herkus controls for North Dakota. Now it's loose. Spartans will carry in. Kip Miller dumps it in on goal. Essenza is still in the nets for Michigan State. This is Luongo at the point. He knocks it back down. Michigan State with 46 seconds left, possibly in their season. Luongo at the point, lifting it in front. It gets through and just wide. 39 seconds left. And now the puck comes loose. Essenza is still in the net for Michigan State. North Dakota 33 seconds away from the national title. This is Bobick. Bobick behind the net. All he wants to do is keep the puck in the zone. Loose puck in the slot. Oh, that was Herkus. Instead of shooting, he's ragging the puck, and he draws it into his body now to get the face-off. But it will come out of the Michigan State zone with 20 seconds left. And that should pretty much douse any Michigan State hopes. 5-3. North Dakota on top and cruising to their 5th national title. And the Fighting Sioux fans in Grand Forks will be celebrating tonight. And probably a little while longer. And there are plenty of fans from North Dakota and Detroit who are going to be celebrating tonight, too. This is the only Division I sport at the University of North Dakota, the sport of ice hockey. And congratulations are in order to Coach Gino Gasparini and his fine staff. Messier, Michigan State, center ice. McReynolds, he'll just try and dump it into the zone. 10 seconds left. The Fighting Sioux of North Dakota are going to win the national title, and there's a face-off as the puck leaves the rink with 6 seconds to go. And the fans of both teams now rise to give their competitors a standing ovation as the freshman at Belfour surveys the situation. This is a touch of class. Michigan State and North Dakota fans are both on their feet, both cheering and giving their players and their teams a standing ovation. This is really heartwarming as Messier lifts one in. 3 seconds, 2, 1. North Dakota has won the national championship of collegiate hockey. 5-3 the final score, and they mob the goaltender Belfour. There goes the net. Nobody minds that. And Gino Gasparini and his staff hug each other on the bench. And the disappointed fans from Michigan State, as well as the rejoicing fans from Grand Forks, North Dakota, on their feet here at the Joe Louis Arena. On the other end of the ice, Coach Ron Mason comes out to console his players. But there is the North Dakota Fighting Sioux, and Ed Belfour ends up in the net himself, the 1987 champions of college hockey. But a great effort by the Michigan State Spartans. They defeated Minnesota in a thrilling game Friday night, gave it all they had tonight. But now you see why the North Dakota Fighting Sioux are ranked number 1 in the country. They just play such good positional hockey. They have a lot of snipers, some great players. And we'll be back to talk to Coach Gino Gasparini of North Dakota in just a few moments. Our final, North Dakota wins the national title, 5-3. Back to Joe Louis in a moment.
You could buy a $100,000 sweeper to clean up around your house.
Hey, look out, Marge! What are you driving? I'm coming through!
Sure, it cleans driveways and patios quickly and easily, but so does the Litter Critter from Shop Vac. A revolutionary new way to clean dirt and debris from outdoor surfaces without electricity or batteries. And when you're finished, the Litter Critter stays out of your way.
You didn't buy that, Herbert? I'm not crazy! I leased it!
The Litter Critter, a sweeping improvement from Shop Vac.
It's important to me to be in control, and I want control over my IRA, to move in and out of my investments as I think best. That's why I have my IRA at Charles Schwab, the discount broker. I like knowing I can switch between investments at any time, as often as I like, and never pay a penalty. I'd recommend the Charles Schwab IRA.
To get your free booklet on the one IRA for all your investment needs, call now 800-233-2700. That's 800-233-2700.